Yeah, she was like saying like, oh, I wish I could talk to little Becky so I can tell her that, you know, she really does get that Prince Charming and that someone who's loyal and like kind and caring.
I will never, my man, bro. I would never do that.
That's why I only talk down on my man.
And that's my man and shit.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, besties. Welcome back to another episode of I Am Besties. I'm your host, Vanessa, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Stephanie. And our amazing guest for today is Miss Isis from the Good Company podcast. Oh, my bad. In Good Company. She didn't correct me. She was like, yeah. No, but love that. I'm sorry. In Good Company. Her two other co-hosts couldn't be here, but we love that you're here. Love you. She's hell yeah. They're here in spirit.
Can you move the mic closer to you?
Yeah.
God, our boss is yelling at us so much today.
Literally.
You drop one little drink in the studio. So, Isis, how long have you been doing your podcast?
So we just started in November, but we tried to do it like originally like in August of last year, like 21, but it was so bad. We literally were like, put that shit away, burn it, lock it up, never ever show God even. Like it was so bad.
But like in what sense?
Okay, so first we were doing like a run of shows. So we had like one mic that Brian has. Brian's like a DJ, so he has like a regular mic, and like all his homies were at the fucking crib. I had one ring light, we had one camera, and we were just like passing the camera, passing it around. But like we weren't really. We're just like, okay, let's just see like if we'd be good at it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it was so bad that we're like, bitch, don't ever tell anyone like this is even a thought.
Put this dream to rest.
Put it to rest. Put it to rest. No, literally put it to rest. And
all right, run the clip.
Hey, Ashton Kutcher, where you at? Please someone get fucked right now.
No. Actually, one of our sources was able to get the
film.
Imagine. No,
it was really hard, guys. Yeah. It was really hard, but everybody please.
Hey, and while looking quick, I'm like, dim the lights. It's copyrighted, actually, so you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Yeah, no. So we just started November, and you know, it's just hard to be consistent. I feel like we're all in like our careers, and Evelyn was a little further out, and sometimes I travel for work. But yeah, I mean, we're getting boots off the ground, you know. And I think when you first start everything, it's kind of like getting into your momentum, because even though we're like all best friends and we talk all the time, it's different with like cues or you talk. Because bitch, one thing about me, I got a thought. I'm like, oh,
yeah, interrupt. That was my biggest thing, to be honest, low-key too.
But I feel like it's a Latino thing.
Oh, for sure.
Like in my family, I can talk to you. I could talk to you too. But ¿cómo está vos? And they're talking to here with you. You're talking. You're like, what? I didn't say that. No, pero you know, it's like you're talking like that.
You can hold like many conversations at the same time. And even if you interrupt in your family, they're not gonna be like, why are you interrupting me? Like, no, we just keep the convo going. Like, nobody gets offended.
It's
not
the
like
loudest bitch.
It's literally
whoever's the loudest in the house.
Loudest bitch. Literally.
Dude, I actually noticed that you did that a lot on the trip that we had this week. I would ask you things, and then you were talking already. I wasn't even like waiting for you to like shut up, and you wouldn't even like stop the conversation. You would like be listening, and then you'd like turn to me and you'd be like, yeah, and like you'd answer my question, and you'd go back to the convo. I'd be like, okay,
dude, because my whole family's like that. Like we're all talking, especially like my husband's family, dude. Crazy. Like I'll be talking to you, and my like suegro will literally be like little kid, like be like, oh, let me tell you something, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be rude, but like hold up,
and literally you have to stop.
Yeah.
And that's where you're like, oh, espérate, what? Like, yeah, literally. And then you'll be like, okay,
dude, my little brother does that, but when I'm on the phone, I'm like actively talking, and he'll be like, Steph, and I'm like, shut up, dude.
It's
like,
all a job interview.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh,
wait, dude, have you guys ever had where like someone will call you and then you'll hang up, your phone's like, ¿Quién es?
Oh my.
Dude, I'm and I hate it because I tell myself, I'm like, damn, so bien metiche. And then someone will call my mom, like, ¿Quién te amo? Like immediately, I feel like it's a thing. Or my sisters, like, I'll hear their whole conversation, like, what happened? What did they want? And this on speaker, on FaceTime. Like, I saw them. They saw me. Hello, saludos. Like, and I'm like, what? You know, pretend like if I didn't see the full interaction.
No, I hate when the drama starts and they don't put that shit immediately on speaker. Like, girl, I'm like, because they'll be like, ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasó?
Yeah. And then
you're like,
yeah. Bastards. My mom does that a lot. But also my mom be lying on the phone just to like hang up. Like she'll be at home and she'll be like, déjate marco ahorita, tengo un policía aquí atrás.
What?
And I'm, yeah.
Hell no.
Ahorita te marco. Then she'll hang up and she'll just go on about her day. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
It's iconic though, because sometimes it's easier that way. Because if you like give like a long explanation, they just want to keep going. Like if it's not an excuse that you need to like stop the conversation now, like it'll just keep going.
That's true.
It needs to be something dramatic, like
especially if they called you.
Literally,
Never gonna shut them up.
Yeah, I just always say another call. I'm like, me están llamando. I'm like, ahorita te hablo.
Do you do it to Brian?
To Brian? Oh, all the time. Sorry, babe. Yeah, I do all the time. I'll be like, he'll call me during work because he's a truck driver, so he's always has time to call. And sometimes I work. I'm work from home, so I'm really chilling sometimes. He'll call me and I'm like, fuck, it's like my 7th call of the day, I'm like, 7th call. I'm like, no, just nothing right here, babe, nothing new, yeah, okay. I'm like, oh, babe, I gotta meet, I gotta go. I ain't no motherfucking meeting, like, I'm like, how many times can I tell you I'm right here posted up?
Dude, literally, what changed like in the last 20?
Literally, nothing changed from the last hour you called me.
Yeah.
That's funny. For those that you don't know, I know a lot of you guys do know, but Miss Isis right here is married to Rex from Bueno. And we heard that he got his green card recently.
Yeah,
congrats.
Yesterday. Woo.
Congrats to Rex.
I'm going to really see if this is the real him. Yesterday we were all hanging out. It was like my brother, my friends. She was moving out of her crib. Shout out to my girl, Nathy. And we're moving out of the crib, and he was there, and he was like FaceTiming, and then like his mom showed the card, and we're all celebrating. And then after he was like, "Oh, Becky," I'm like, "No." He's like, "No, can you?" And my brother was like, "You see, he's already acting brand new." I'm like, for real. And he's like, hey, just know if you try something, I will call police. I'm like, look at you, already living the American motherfucking way.
You're like, try me. I'm about to tell him that it was a fake marriage.
I'm like, Sam will call ICE right now and say, me defraudaron. Like, for real. I'm like, I don't know this man.
That's insane.
Dude, you can go to jail too if they catch you.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, like you can't do that. You pretty much like you're getting in because obviously like that's illegal.
It's fraud. Yeah, it's fraud. Yeah.
But I know so many people who have done that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they pay like big bucks,
like $30,000. It's like $30,000 going right now. Not that I know because I charged the fee.
No,
but
did they interview you guys?
Pinpoint. No, we didn't. I think right now because of like COVID and everything, they were like really expediting cases. But Brian and I have already been married for like over 2 years now.
And how long have you guys dated? Like
a
total?
Like since 2013. So
wow.
Oh, okay. I feel like with cases like that too, that you can tell when like a case is kind of like sketch,
fishy,
you know what I mean? Yeah, but with couples like that for a long time, I feel like they don't really look that much into it.
I feel like they didn't really ask a lot of information because I'm trying to think like what information did we send to like validate that we've been in a relationship. I feel like we didn't send like an album or nothing.
Nothing.
They were just like, ISIS, we ain't fucking with that bitch.
Like yeah,
go.
Sounds a little scary to me.
Yeah. But yeah, just a long ass motherfucking time.
Is he already planning a trip? His first?
Oh yeah, these motherfuckers already. The green card wasn't even dry. Okay, the diet was still fucking.
The glue was
dry.
on the back.
The glue was laminated. It was warm from the sheet.
Literally was still warm. And then he hung up. We called them. They're like, bro, I'm looking at flights right now. We could go this weekend. Like, all right, we are.
He's excited.
Yeah,
I love that for him.
So he's like super excited. Yeah, he's like, babe, should we go to Tijuana this weekend? I'm like, what the hell am I gonna go do with Tijuana?
Baby girl.
What? Yeah, no.
Tijuana's the worst. And
I think he just wants to go just to be like, oh, I went.
To say
for the tacos.
I'm like, babe, but what if they don't let you back in? And his homie was like, my tio's a coyote, don't trip, I got you.
Dude, that sounds scary. Fuck.
Yeah,
dude, hell yeah. Your parents you're from Honduran, right?
100% from Honduras, yeah.
And your parents came over here how?
Yeah, my mom actually came in 91, and I don't know if you guys remember like the Reagan policy where like if you were a farm worker after 91, if
you could fix.
Yeah, you would automatically be given papers. Yeah. So she came here with just enough time. If you know the full story, she came here just enough full time. She met this like Arab dude. He like fell in love with her, and he helped her get her papers.
Dude,
in a year she had gone back to Honduras as a citizen.
Dude, low-key, my dad the same thing. Literally.
What do you mean he married?
I thought
my mom didn't marry anyone. No. He just helped her get validation from a farm worker.
Right. My parents did that, but not as farm workers, through like a company.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my grandpa's a citizen, so I always assumed that my grandpa just gave my dad
them?
papers. But my dad was like, no, like, I actually came and the whole Farm Work Act helped him. But he wasn't a farmer.
Oh shit! But I mean,
a lot of people did that. They just paid.
Yeah, because back then it was like way
Really
easier.
easy.
Yeah, like my parents did it through, because my mom, same thing. She got it like within like 6 months of being.
Oh,
she got her
wow.
residency.
Okay.
Yeah, they put that she was like, when she came over here with my dad, they put that they were working through like a company, and the company was able to get them like a residency, like as a work thing. But then they just welcomed their stay, and then they became like citizens.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Actually, my dad never did. He said he never wanted to be an
A
American citizen. Yeah, he was
Bro.
like, I don't give a fuck if I get deported. Better for me.
My mom to this day, literally.
Yeah, because some people don't care. I mean, especially if you have your residency, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
But my mom, she was like, I didn't swear into it. I didn't say anything. So technically, I'm still
She was
Mexican.
like, I had my fingers crossed.
Yeah,
on
she was
my
like
back
this the whole time.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, no, my grandma, she just became a citizen like a few years ago, but she'd always been a resident, and like she was so happy. Like she had her little sticker. She want to go vote. Yeah, unfortunately, her first election we got Trump.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's all right. That was mine too. It was pretty shocking.
Were you born in Honduras too?
No. I was born here, yeah. But
okay.
all my summers I would go to Honduras, like
okay.
6 months. Well, the first time I ever went was on a boat.
Okay.
But legally on a cruise, yeah.
Oh my God. What a
They were
team.
doing here, like bringing me
I'm like, fuck.
yeah. Imagine like they're bringing you mojada, but to Honduras, you know, you're a citizen. No. I went on a cruise, and then my family would go like every summer, like all June to whenever the fuck you come back. Or maybe
How long is the cruise to get there?
Bitch, I was 6 months, so I'm gonna pretend like I knew like
Yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Damn.
No, I'm pretty sure shorter.
But it felt like forever.
I don't know how
Yeah.
fast them bitches move.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they float.
yeah.
Don't fucking talk to me about buoyancy,
physics
bitch.
doesn't even make sense. To
No,
me.
it really doesn't. That
Yeah.
big ass ship is floating in the ocean, and I'm gonna drown.
Yeah, no.
No way.
No, I agree. I don't understand. Like I don't understand math. That's
I don't understand how
BS.
planes fly either. Like that makes
That
no
shit makes
fucking
no
sense to me. Like how heavy the.
I'm
are
like,
you
but I
kidding
can't
me?
bring an extra luggage because I'm gonna throw off the calculation.
Like,
but
yeah.
this motherfucker is at least 3 tons. Please say sec right now. Please say sec right now.
Also, why do we put our phones on airplane mode? Do you guys know?
I never do.
I feel like it's probably like since the terrorist
I
attack.
don't.
Yeah, but what does that do? Let's look it up, because
I feel like they're probably just like
fucks up
lying.
my day.
Yeah.
Why do we put our phone
On airplane.
I never do.
I never do that.
Me
I
either.
do because my phone dies.
I
The-
know. I don't. I'll be texting till I'll be on the like the things going up, and I'm like, oh, I
Me
still got a bar.
still. Me
I'm not
still.
scrolling on Instagram
Me-
trying to let it load,
I'm
so I got
like-
something to look at.
I'm like, let me refresh on my feed.
Yeah, or I'll be on Twitter like, let me refresh right now. So it's like, I'm like, I got something to look at. Like, well that shit.
Apparently,
Funny
the electromagnetic interference from phones. So your phone can cause like fuck ups in their like headsets and stuff like that. Come on, bitch.
I
In
feel like they've
2023,
yeah.
like
That's an
no.
excuse. I feel like that's probably like super antiquated, and they just haven't updated it because it's like something we've already become accustomed to.
That's true, but it does be saving my phone battery low key. And also, what am I gonna have look for service in the sky?
Yeah,
Like-
I have. I'm telling you, I wait till that sec. I'm like, it's like,
She's like-
with like half that little bar where it's like you could barely see. it. I'm like,
Yeah. She knows the exact altitude at which her phone turns
Whoa,
up.
when you hit 75,000 feet, then you're no longer good.
Love that.
That's
Love
how
that. She
funny.
knows. She
Yeah.
knows.
So you travel a lot for work?
Yeah, with this new job, yeah. So I just came back from DC on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? Monday. Yeah, on Wednesday. I just came back from DC on Wednesday. So I work in like politics. So I went to DC for my job, and I was there. Honestly, I feel like they paid $5,000 for me to have a real motherfucking fun because I couldn't tell. I got so drunk with my boss. We missed like our Monday conference.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got so whoa. I mean, we did participate. Hey, if you said.
You haven't said what job. You haven't said nothing, girl. You're good.
And it's definitely not the one I just came back from. On it was just coincidental.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
This is a joke.
Yeah.
This is a
Hey,
fiction story made up.
And I would like to say he knew what the fuck he was doing when we were like on our third stop of that night. You know, we woke up in the morning. Like I remember I had to be somewhere like at 10 a.m. Like there was like a bunch of classes and stuff. And I woke up at like Oh my God, my suegro. Whoa. It's okay. I'll call
No,
him
you're
later.
good.
Hey, his ears are tingling. Relax. I'll talk about it later. But we went out on Sunday and we had a conference on Monday. Well, the conference started like since Saturday. And then we had turned up and I woke up at like 9. I'm like, oh God. I felt like shit. Like, you know, when you wake up and like
you just
the room is spinning, like you just feel like you're gonna throw up. Like the worst hangover. I hadn't had any hangover in like a minute. And when I went on my homegirls on Friday and Saturday, I was fine. But I feel like, obviously I drank the most with him, you know, because it was on him, you know? So I went up and I woke up and I was like 9:30, I'm like, beep, you know, his name. I was like, John. That's not his real name. I was like, oh my God, John, my head is hurting. I was like, let me see if he replies. And he didn't reply, and I'm like, I'm over there sitting in bed, like, all right, let me get up. So I go
that
shower.
feeling's so horrible.
I go shower, and like my head's like hurting, like, you know, it's like doom. You just felt them, and I'm like, and my homegirl was there because we had a hotel, and she was just in DC, and I'm like, bitch, just come stay with me.
Yeah.
So she stayed there, and I'm like, I need to go get like a pill, like I need to
something.
go like, you know, downstairs, and I'm like, how am I gonna go? Because people are gonna like. Not that a lot of people knew me, but there's some people from my organization that we work with that were there, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I can't even make it. Like I can't even get ready because I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Like there was a little window and I was like, how the fuck do I fit in? Like straight up. So then I go downstairs, I put like my hair up, I put on my fucking sweater, and I put on my glasses, and I'm like, they're definitely not gonna know who the fuck I am. And so I'm like walking down and I see someone, I'm like, just scurrying up, come down, pop like 3 pills, and he texts me like at 11:30 and he's like, oh man. He's like, no, I just popped some like He's like, oh, I just popped some. He's like, I'm good. I'll be there during lunch. Yeah, no, he's not a politician. I used to work for a politician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not a politician. And then he's like, no, I'm working till noon. I'm like, okay, if he's not going up till noon, I'm not going up till noon because he put me in this position. Like I was fully ready to go on Monday, you know. So yeah, then he texted me. He motherfucker sounded like he was still drunk. He's like, I'll serve. I'll see you at noon. I'll see you at home at noon. I'm like, so we're not making it, you know. So we just went out to eat.
And also as a man. Getting your female coworker employee
he's
drunk.
Yeah.
Little sus.
Wait, is DC a vibe like that?
DC, yes. It's so. We went to a gay like karaoke bar, and he was so
gay,
drunk.
He's gay.
Well, he's not gay.
I mean, not yet.
I'm afraid for purpose. He's not gay, but he's definitely not interested in me. Like
he's gay. He's not gay,
Rex.
but he could be.
No, he's not.
Does Rex ever get upset like when you just like?
No, I sent him a picture. I'm like, man, it was like me and my boss, and we're like at this gay bar, and like you have like all these people are there. I'm like, having fun.
I love that.
Wish you were here. JK.
I love that Rex never gives me like jealous husband vibes. Like he gives me like cool, chill husband vibes.
Yeah, I feel like we've been together such a long time that phase is so over.
Oh, he used to be?
Oh, whoa. Oh, since you asked.
You're like, I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute.
I was like, let me get comfortable. Yeah, I would say when we were young, he was definitely jealous. More. Don't fucking lie. I'm like,
we're gonna see Rex in the comments.
I know he's
later.
gonna be watching this like the fuck no.
He's like, I don't know that ISIS bitch is a liar. From
his burner.
Yeah, from his burner. Like this ugly slut. Yeah,
acting brand new ever since he got that green card.
As if Rex could ever be fucking jealous.
Literally, yeah. I know he used to be jealous when we were young, but like, okay, we're 16. He was what, like 17, 18, like, you know, we're really young. I feel like that's a phase.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're first like establishing a relationship and you're in high school, and like I was, you know, bombed out motherfucking
Yeah, he knew what the fuck he had.
You know, he better have felt lucky every motherfucking day that I chose him. You know, like, and so yeah, like I feel like at this point we're just chill. I feel like it's all about respecting each other, and I feel like I don't put him in a situation where he feels like, oh, I need to, you know.
For sure. To feel that.
Yeah, to feel that. And he definitely doesn't put me in
I honestly do notice that my friends that are in like I guess just boyfriend and girlfriend relationships are way more jealous than my married friends. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's because of that, what you're saying. You kind of have like that security. Well, like you assume you have, because obviously not, you know,
you
some
never
people
know.
cheat, but you assume you have that security of like, nah, like I don't really have anything to worry about. Because I feel like that's how Alex is too. Like he's real like
chill. Back the
chill,
bitch.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I feel like for real, like why I'm gonna be stressing every day.
Dude.
I know I couldn't.
And
do
also,
that.
like, if your partner's gonna cheat on you, they're gonna do it regardless.
Exactly.
Like, you know.
And I'm still a right motherfucking peach, you
Yeah.
know? Like, so if he wants to act up, you can get smacked the fuck up. You feel me? Like,
And that green card, snatch it up.
act up, green card will get snatched up. You know, like, yeah, no. So yeah, I just feel like I'm not gonna live my life every day stressed.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna do something for
I love
me,
that.
I don't put it above them, but that's beneath me to worry about.
Oh my God, I just thought of Becky.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
that's sad.
hey. Example one.
That's what
Oh
I'm
my
saying. Motherfucker really said it's mental illness. I honestly think he just wanted one last hurrah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like he
Oh,
was
like
like, fuck,
before
I'm about to
getting
get married. I gotta go fuck some bitch right now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was insane. We can have nothing.
Dude, oh my God. Saul,
Yeah.
did you
know
call
how
her?
many people like messaged me? I had like 20 people be like, "Yo, Becky G, go get at her." I was like, as if she's gonna see my DM.
What? You never know.
Yeah, you're right.
He
Wait,
did,
did they
though.
break up?
He cheated on her.
But did they? Okay, but did they break up?
Oh, I don't know.
He released a statement, but she hasn't said anything, but she did remove a couple pics.
Did she
from her
really? Because
IG.
when I checked, she hadn't.
No, there's still some, but there used to be more.
They're working on it.
They're not gonna break up.
And it's sad because she had just released like a podcast episode. I don't know if you guys saw some clips
I
of it on
saw
TikTok.
that.
And she was like putting him like on a pedestal. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she was like
Amazing.
saying like, oh, I wish I could talk to little Becky so I can tell her that, you know,
She
she really
found-
does get that Prince Charming and that
Yeah.
someone who's loyal and like kind and caring.
That's I will never, my man, bro. I would never do that.
That's why I
will
only
put-
talk
say,
down on my man.
and that's why men ain't shit.
Yes.
No, that it really made me like my
And
heart
he's
hurt
so
for
fine
her.
though. He really is.
You
fine as
think
shit.
he's
I do.
alright? He's
I
like
do
very
think he's
generic, like
Generic?
Like he's like, oh, like, you know, very like his facial structure is very cut. He has a good haircut, you know, brunette.
Bitch, I have yet to hear some.
I
I know she's like,
He has colored eyes.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
I
does,
never
he
looked that
does.
hard. See, he's just like, I guess just
he's
not my
handsome. I
type.
think he's
To me, he
handsome.
looks
That's
like-
not cute enough to cheat on, but like,
Yeah.
he is handsome.
What's it called? Would you guys ever want a hall pass, or would you guys ever give your partner a hall pass? Oh, I'm asking you because y'all married already.
Would I get like? What do you mean, like a celebrity or just like?
Yeah,
I
hall
just,
pass
like
only for
anybody.
a celebrity.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. I better
would,
get
yeah.
one.
If he gets one, I get one.
Oh, but y'all would be down for like real life shit, like no
a
hypothetical.
celebrity, like if there's someone I dreamed about, why the fuck not, bitch? It's gonna be
Who
one
would you?
time. Who would
Would it be?
Who's on your list?
Who's on my list? I never really thought about it. To be honest, and I feel like last time I already made this comment.
Oh, you
and they
guys
clipped it. Like,
really?
yeah.
Who was it?
It was like Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa? Oh,
and it was
shit.
so, I don't know why the fuck I said that because I don't even be thirsting over like Jason Momoa like
Yeah.
that. But
He
he was
just-
the motherfucker that just came to my mind.
He
Yeah.
is fine.
No, for sure he is.
fine.
He's like super fine. Yeah. But who would be on my list? I don't know.
Honestly, Jason Momoa is just, I just feel like I would not be able to handle that. Like, I just feel like he has a huge penis.
Yeah,
why
for
he's
sure
big
his
as
dick is
fuck.
probably
Yeah,
ginormous.
like, I like normal, you know, good, like that's just too big.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he has
Have
a
you guys-
13-inch dick.
Oh my! When I see his wife, I'm like, this bitch is like 5'0" and he's like 6'7".
Too, but it's always the little bitches that
Because
because
the
okay,
big
I
ass
have
dude.
friends that are like this tall and they're like, yeah, I like huge dicks, and I'm like, okay, girl.
It is a little.
Sometimes I'm like,
bitches.
you guys are really just some pick me ass bitches because I've taken a big ass dick before and that does not feel good. And you know it doesn't, bitch. Stop lying.
No way.
It does not. For me, like really, I feel like average is where it's at. It's a good length. You know, it has to have some good
I feel
girth.
like girth is super
Yes,
important.
Yeah.
yes, girth. You
It's
know,
super important.
but it can be long. Like it just be hitting your shit and it hurts. Your organs are just. It does not feel good. And any bitch that's out there that says it feels good, I mean, unless you're like a big
Unless you're a
ass, like
masochist.
literally, like you like I don't know, you
Or
like
a
pain,
sadist.
or maybe there's a few women out there whose holes might be a little bigger. I don't know, bitch, but that shit hurts.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
That's just not
I
it.
don't
I
like
agree.
it.
Have you guys seen on TikTok some girls like this is what their average gets? She's like, you bitches that be fucking with like 8, 9. It's like so
Yes!
I'm like, she's totally right.
She
She's
she
totally
knows,
right.
and every girl fucking knows.
Also, to
Yeah.
be fair, if I saw that big of a penis, I'd honestly be like,
I'm not doing
I'll
that.
have to,
I'm
like, I'll
scared.
spit on it like hella times. Like, it's
If I can't wrap my mouth around it, then that's too big,
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
I'm
no
like,
way.
if I have to calculate the circumference, then I gotta be S and not a B, like, and I gotta be A, not a BS. Like,
Yes.
No.
If I have to stick a ruler up there, make sure it's all gonna fit. Then no.
If this is the first time I'm gonna use the Pythagorean theorem, AC plus B, you have to see me later. Like, no.
god.
No. So guys, if you guys have average Joes, what is it called?
Average Joes.
Average Joes.
Literally, it's where it's at. Like, feel very proud. I promise you. Like, the whole big dick idea is not it.
And
Okay.
it's not even about the size of the dick. It's can you fuck?
The ocean in the motion. It's not the size, of, the boat. The ocean in the motion.
Be honest, how old do guys like get insecure about stuff like that, or like do you guys ever really care? Like, oh, I have a big dick.
I don't think so. I think ever since there's been like a new like thing, it's like
little dick resurgence.
like tiny shrimp gang or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like people are like unless you have like a micro penis.
Right.
Yeah, like I think short dicks like they're in. You know?
They're in. They're for sure in.
Yeah. I love that for them.
Get in, boys. Short dicks are on the way.
You got pull them
Fellas
out.
in the back. Like,
Pull them out, please. Everybody, post a picture. Tag I am
Please, God,
besties.
no.
I want to see.
No, hell no.
Homegirl over here. I hate unsolicited dick pics, bro.
Yeah,
That's
they're the
so
ugliest
disgusting.
thing in the
Oh
world.
my god, I agree. But I mean,
I mean, I'm still
just
look
for
at
funsies.
No, the worst is like, why do they send it? It's always disgustingly ugly.
I just think like there's no way you can angle a penis for it
make
to
it
look
look
nice.
I feel
good.
like you can.
What way?
What way would I like to receive a
Yes.
dick
If
picture?
you had a dick right now and you were like, you know what, my dick.
If
would
I
go
had a
like this.
dick, I would definitely moisturize that shit. That shit would be moisturized.
Love it.
I will position my legs where they're. I don't want my fucking toes like this. Like, you know, like I'll send you a heart or something. Like I will position it.
She's going like this
And
with her
then
toes.
I would want to be in the because I would be a fine looking man in my head, right? I did that
Right.
one filter.
Yeah.
I was like kind of close to Jason Momoa, probably because I just had the big ass curly hair, you know,
Love.
in my head. You know,
Love,
my head,
yeah,
my head.
yeah. You just be
So I would
bad bitch like
position from
that.
here because I want the bitch to see me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would just for sure like flex. Like if I have muscles, I'll
Okay.
flex. You know.
It's a nice
Okay.
kegel.
I will also moisturize.
Oil up
I'll
that
put a little
shit.
oil. You know, I'll wear a little
Right,
chain.
Little glitter.
You know, make sure my hair's out, but I would look like I just got out the shower. So drop a
Like you're
little
not trying too
droplet.
hard. It's like
I'm
that
not trying too hard.
effortless.
Spray a little mist.
Spray a little mist, make it a little steamy
The
in
fog
the back.
machine in the background.
Like I just like, you know what? I just came in and I just thought of you. Bop. And it's just my dick, but I'm holding it at a specific angle. It's all about the angles. Me when I take a pic, you might be seeing me right here. This is not my best angle, baby. You
Oh
need to
my
follow me.
God.
So you can see me from up
Yeah.
here, okay? If I could, I would grab this camera and position it this 40-year-old on in Facebook. Like I understand like why my tias go higher and higher and higher. It's all about the angle and the lighting, you feel me? So yeah, that's what my dick pic would like.
Low key, that sounds like a good dick pic. Like fresh and clean, straight out of the shower,
Fresh out
nice
the
and, you know,
shower.
shiny. I
Misty,
like that.
you know,
Literally.
effortless. But I just have a chain on, and I'm just like I'm feeling good. Like I'll
Nice.
probably do like a few
Yeah.
push-ups, so I
Right.
could feel like you know pumped. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would take a good pic and then just like thinking of you.
Have you ever received one like that?
A dick pic like that?
That it's good that you were like, damn, this is a good dick
Yeah, I've
pic.
received a dick pic like that.
That you were
Yeah?
like,
Yeah.
So you have looked at a dick pic with me and were like, this is hot.
Yes, I think when you're horny, I'm not gonna just be
Yeah.
reading
so
a
true.
book and I'm like, whoa.
No, and I feel like that's what's turned me off about dick pics. I've never gotten one because I've requested it and like maybe been like talking dirty or anything like that, you know, like the right time. Every time I've gotten one, it's always been fucking like out of nowhere, like you said, reading a book and then like,
really?
what the fuck, or like
Eating
in third
dinner.
period, like sitting next to my mom, just like talking, like, you know, like it's just
Yeah.
weird all the time.
You
It's
get
just
that
weird
don't let
ass-
anybody see text.
Yeah, before you open it.
It's all the invisible ink. It's like a big ass cube. You're like, wonder what this could be. Like a scratcher. You're just
Oh, he's gonna
laying
tell me
on.
he loves me.
Oh, he bought me
It's not
flowers.
it.
How sweet.
No,
in
dude,
the
literally.
back in the steam. Look, I would add to it. So back as there's the steam, and I'll put a little heart and put like your little
On the
initial.
mirror.
Oh, love.
Yeah, you know, just to make it extra special. Like it was for you, and then for the next switch.
Hey, now you know, guys, if you're
Hey.
listening.
Dude, Ice is
Tits.
dropping facts right
no,
now.
honestly, you're
Yeah.
helping all the guys.
Yeah.
Get your game up.
Wait, so you've never
be playing with
asked for a
bitches,
dick
though.
pic?
No, I've never been one, but I feel like my first boyfriend traumatized me because he would literally send me dick pics every single day, like without
day?
a fail, every single day. He was 2 years older than me, and I was in high school, and I feel like he never had a job.
Pedo.
All he would do is just lay at home. I think he had nothing else to do would just fucking send dick pics all day. And, you know, when you're in high school, you're like, oh my God, my friend's older. He has his own car.
Yeah.
You know, that just dumb ass fucking mentality. Yeah. So, you know, I never got turned on, but I would just be like, okay, I guess this is what boyfriends do. This is what guys do, I guess. But it was never cute to me, like never. And I was telling Steph the other day, he would also, because we would be on FaceTime at night, he would also like fucking jack off on the phone, like
all the time. But like this was
frequently. This was like the jacking off part was like not every day, but it was very frequently. Where he would be like,
but you guys wanted to have phone sex, or he would
he would just be like, hey, I'm about to, like, you know, jack off. Like, he'll be like, moan for me, or like,
yo,
say
dude,
something
I had a really hard day.
I had a hard day, but
I'm like, I have an essay I need to write. Like,
he's like, that's so sexy. I love schoolgirls. I'm about to jack off.
Dude, no, and it was really just not it. And I feel like that definitely just, maybe it just made me not feel like that was something that I was ever looking for, like to receive dick pics or to like, you know, I definitely do feel that, like, if I was in a committed relationship with someone and we were, like, spice things up, like, once in a while, like, maybe, like, he was on a trip or something, you know, then we, like, FaceTimed and we miss each other, you know, that's different, you know, things like that. Yeah. But I feel like the way he came about it was just very, like,
it was too much.
It felt like after a while, I definitely got the ick. And, you know, being so young, I didn't know how to say it. My communication was not very good. I was just more like, let me just, like, ignore it. And that's what I would do. And I feel like it definitely built up into, like, an ick where I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm glad, though, because it made me, like, it definitely added up to, like, made me be able to break up with him.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually think a lot about the stuff that I allowed when I was young. Because I was young, I didn't know I could say, like, no. And I'm like, oh my God, these motherfuckers were just taking advantage of my innocence.
Literally.
There's so many things that I wish I could have asked someone and been like, hey, like, this person wants to do this. Like, do you think that's okay or whatever? But I was just so nervous.
Were you too scared to say no?
I don't think I was scared. I think I was the kind of person that I was like, oh, my friends are having sex, so I need to have sex. I feel like that was very much me, and I don't think I had anyone to kind of ask. I just want to kind of be like that cool girl or whatever, where I was like, everything's cool. Send me a dick pic. I love them. Like, you know what I mean? But I also did just ask because I'd like to see dudes' dicks.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the first time you guys ever saw like a dick in person?
In person? What the fuck? Let me think.
I think it was with my high school boyfriend.
I literally think it was that guy I was talking about right now.
It was whatever. It wasn't like amazing.
It wasn't memorable.
Yeah. I have to like think really hard to be like, what
literally. Do you?
I feel like, I remember the first time I ever saw a dick in person was like in middle school.
God.
I was so in shock.
Did you just pull it out?
So, okay, one was totally accidental. We were at PE, and you know how they had like the big old, the big old basketball shorts, and he was my homie, and I was like, we're like all getting ready to take like the physical test, you know, when you had to do the fucking push-ups. Of course, I did 0. I was like 1, and they were like 0 next. I'm like, damn,
like, damn it.
I was like, what if that was just my warm-up? You know,
so I was like, stretching,
literally. So we're sitting down, and they're like sitting like this. You know how guys would always wear like the extra large shorts, and they're like a medium. So then they were there, and I just turned to look, and I'm like,
oh, it was just kind of hanging there.
I just see his full on balls, and I just went like this, and I was like, ew.
And
then he saw my face, and he was like, and I'm like, oh my God, like,
oh my God,
just shocked that I saw balls.
Oh, you know what the fuck? I just remembered. You like unlocked a memory in my fucking brain.
Don't tell me you
when
too.
I was in school riding the bus, and I had a friend who was sitting behind me, and we both got off the same bus stop, and he was like, hey Vanessa, look at my iPod, and I looked, and she had his dick out. It was not a fucking iPod, it was a dick, and I was like, what the fuck?
Like,
and I remember
delete.
Yes, I was like, fuck, that shit was funny.
You see what I mean? Like, that shit's weird. When I was in 8th grade, my 8th grade boyfriend was like, can I grab your pussy? Like,
what?
Fucking weird. We were like making out behind the school, and like he was like, oh,
at least he asked.
Yeah, but it was just kind of like,
did you say yes?
Fuck no. I was like, no, bitch. What are you talking about? This is my first kiss, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't grab my pussy. What the fuck?
Isn't that so
That's
crazy?
insane. Like, it's so much out of pocket shit that I'm like, why did I let guys talk to me like that?
Yeah.
Or like,
you were like, yes, from the top though, not inside.
Just over the jeans.
Over the jeans.
She like, just brush.
We can drive up against this wall, I guess.
Yeah,
Fuck no, dude. I was 13. I literally didn't. I was a child.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's
No,
insane.
it's so. I feel like it's so crazy. Like to think back in middle school, like I really thought I was real grown,
Dude,
you know. But I feel like I wasn't like super experienced like that. I feel like okay, I made out and like slap ass Friday, you know. But like,
Slap ass Friday.
But I feel like I was definitely not like doing extreme shit.
I know this girl. I don't know if this is true, but at the time, because you know how people just kind of tell, some people just kind of tell their business. That's kind of how she was. She told a friend of mine that her boyfriend's, she was in like 7th or 8th grade, mind you, that her boyfriend at the time's dad caught her giving him head while he was taking his shit.
What?
Like that, dude. And I was just kind of like,
wait. Her
boyfriend's dad caught her giving him head while he was on the toilet.
Pooping.
Word for that?
What's it called?
Blumpkin?
Ew.
It's literally the most disgusting.
But I'm saying, like,
shit
as
I've
a
ever
child,
heard.
like, she's a little girl. Like, now I view it, like, as I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, that's a little girl.
Bitch, how are you gonna have your mouth open and shit particles are everywhere?
Oh my God, terrible.
And the smell,
That's
like, are you
disgusting.
kidding
I don't even
me?
like to chew. I can't even chew gum when I go to the restroom. I feel like I'm chewing on shit.
Yeah.
I'll go in, I'm like, I'm all trying to put it under the tongue, not breathe, not open my. No, I'll immediately. I can't. I throw it away.
Yeah, I don't even use my phone in the restroom anymore because I do think of that, or I'll just clean it like with a Clorox after because I'm like, yo, there's not that girls don't poop, but we don't do that. You know what I mean? But I'm like, ew, like I've wondered now how if she thinks. Because that stuck with me. You know what I mean?
For
And
sure,
it wasn't even my experience.
She thinks of it. Every time she's taking a shit, she probably thinks about, like, what... Like, when she's wiped one day, she's like, I really was sucking some dick. Like, I would have killed myself.
I feel like a lot of girls don't, though. I feel
It's
like
just
a
like
lot
a
of girls
thing.
are just, like, get worse as they grow. They're just, like...
Dirtier and
dirtier and dirtier.
Think
And
about
just,
it.
like, love that
She's probably sucking
shit.
dick behind a dumpster now.
Right
like,
now, at a motel
I
or
hope
something.
not. I hope she's doing
I
well.
hope not, too, but I just know there are bitches out there that do.
Come on, how are you going to start off like that in 7th grade?
Literally.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, how could she have known? But
She's
also,
living in a negligent household.
Literally, I was about to say, like, if there's no one there, like, that already gives energy of, like, nobody gives a fuck about her.
Yeah.
Like you're sucking dick where you're taking your mouth.
Yeah,
taking a
I'm
shit.
so
You don't love
sorry.
yourself, baby.
No, you don't. And that says a lot about.
so don't do it, ladies.
But you know what you should do?
You should definitely shit on their chest, though.
Yeah. And then, like, never see them or talk to them again.
Yeah.
I want to make an OnlyFans. Low key, dude. I feel like I've been thinking about it so
Bitch, if you
much.
want to do it, just do it.
I know I had this friend who said that because I was like, I feel like my only thing is I'd be shy to advertise it. And she said that she created a close friend story on her IG and
a bunch of dudes.
She just added all of the random dudes from her IG that follow her, and she said she's already making like $500 just from those men. And I'm like, I actually have a grip of dudes that just I don't know who the fuck they are, that I would like not
I believe
mind
in capitalizing
doing it.
off
Right?
of your assets.
Hey,
Like,
yo,
fuck men.
to the besties that are men, if y'all want to see feet pics, send us a message. We'll put y'all as close friends with
Dude,
our
it's been-
Venmo.
I feel like I've been talking about it a lot. I feel like I've been getting a lot of videos where it's like, you know, selfie pics, so shit like that.
I have selfie pics totally like incidentally.
Yeah.
I just tweeted like totally as a joke.
Yeah.
And someone really like asked for like feet pics.
Oh my
Someone
God.
asked for my shoes. They're like, I want them dirty, smelly, like don't take them off. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's
Dude,
Dude.
men are sick.
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because literally just today, I feel like I said, I've been talking about it so much, so my phone's been listening to me, and it sent me a video of.
Bitch, just do it. Just put
Yeah,
it.
and it was a video of a girl saying how on Twitter she gave like hashtags and like certain words to use to tweet, and she said all the men with like feet kinks will just slide in your fucking DMs and be willing to bite you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to, because one thing about Twitter is like I don't give a fuck about Twitter. Like I feel like I'm more reserved on IG. But one thing, like I feel like Twitter is like another kind of feral on there that like anybody could tweet and say anything and nobody gives a fuck. Yep. So I think I'm gonna.
It was
for sure.
It used to be like that
for sure.
Okay, but like us, like me that I'm married. Like, do you think me selling feet pics is cheating?
No, what the fuck?
I told Brian, I'm like, babe, you should definitely let me. I'm like, I'll be a prostitute. Like, come on, like, come on, like, ooh, like, I'll put like a little. I'm like, come on, you could take the video. You know, like it'll be a team effort.
I sold feet pics one time too. And the guy said, because I thought he's not going to want them because my toes aren't done. My little hairs, like my feet are hairy. I haven't shaved them yet. he was
They
like,
want the bottom of the foot.
he said, I want them. He said, the dirtier, crustier, better. That's what he told me. And I was like, bet, bitch.
She's
My
all
nails
walking
like,
outside.
literally. I was like,
Metiéndose
bitch.
tierra like in the nail.
All getting in the eight. You are the scum
French
between my
tip.
toes.
Literally, I was like, I could clip my toenails, send them to you for an extra charge. Like,
yeah,
bitch,
literally.
I would do that. I don't give a fuck.
See, then
that-
you should do that.
That's what I'm
be
saying.
down.
How do guys like live with themselves, like knowing?
I don't give a fuck as long as I'm getting paid.
That's crazy. But do it. I think you should do it.
I think Alex should encourage you to do that.
That's what I'm saying. And I have cute. Okay, because growing up, I always hated my fucking feet. Like,
I feel like you have
so
small
bad.
foot. You have cute.
But I always had fat feet, so
I feel like that's even cuter.
But people like my family would make that very aware, especially because my
They were
mom has
jealous.
like perfect feet.
Oh,
like,
really?
like the most beautiful feet
sister has really
I've ever
pretty feet,
seen.
too.
And I'm like, bitch.
One of them. I got a bunch. It's not you, bitch. Y'all bitches know.
So she was always like, oh, tus pies gordos, tus pies de sapos, pinches patas de
Your
sapo.
mom would say that to you?
Yeah. And so I was always like, oh, I have ugly feet. And I feel like that's where my
That's
hatred
so
towards
crazy.
feet stem from, because I don't let anybody touch me. Like
Damn.
nothing, not even hers, and hers aren't even ugly. I'm like, don't, like yesterday, I'm finally getting to the point where like you could go like that, but don't be rubbing your feet together on me, bitch. Like no. And she was doing that last night, and I was like, girl, get the fuck out of here right now.
And you never like ever helped on her head back?
I couldn't. They were so beautiful.
I could think of a thing or two to say.
Yeah, but
That's
now I see
funny
bitches'
to me.
feet that don't give a fuck, and I'm like, okay, I know my feet are cuter than that.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I-
you should. I feel like everyone, and I feel like fetishes all have like different. Like some people like. I've seen some of they like want the socks on. You take the socks off. Like they don't want even the toenail. They just want the sole of the foot.
That is
I'm
so
not speaking from
weird.
experience, but if you're interested, I'll talk to my husband. I'll get back to you.
Oh, for sure. If you're interested, let me know, because
Same.
I feel like I could get Alex on board.
I feel like.
Why would you have to ask him? You're strong, independent women.
Damn, you're right. Sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna sell feet pics
Fuck
too.
a man. No, I get it.
She's like, I want to stay married, ho.
Yeah, literally. No, I be getting my friends in trouble. Don't listen to me.
Nah, he's cool. I think he just gets weird about like people yanking it to me. You know what I mean? Like if he would like, he'd be like
Yanking it?
someone
Oh.
having like your toes and they're gonna like do something sexual, like.
The toes.
And I'm like, girl, my face isn't even in it. Who cares?
Literally.
But
I would understand the face, but the toes. Come on.
But I mean, the face, to be fair, they could just get it off of any
Yeah, they could
fucking
just
picture.
get it on anything.
Yeah.
They could just stamp it on the toes and like it'll just see the face.
Any random toe.
Like, you know how you could pin? They'll just like have the video pinned of like just your face on the top, and the
That
videos
is
all like
so
the toes
funny.
moving.
I have no doubt that people fucking do that.
Oh, they do. People do some weird ass shit.
No, really. But on another note, completely unrelated, I always love how you do your makeup. I feel like every time I see you, your eyeshadow's on point, your makeup's on
Oh, I'm
point.
sorry.
You always look so fucking good.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, if you could only live with 3 makeup products for the rest of your life, what do you feel like would you get?
That's easy. Okay, it's funny because I just posted like this. My top 3, if I had to, it would be a cream blush because I could also use it on my lips.
Love.
It would be. Would lashes count?
Anything face makeup
It would
related,
be
yeah.
lashes, cream, blush because I could use that on my cheeks and my lips.
Okay.
And sunscreen because anti-aging. So those would be my top 3.
Okay, but I don't think sunscreen counts because sunscreen's skincare.
Okay, skincare. Okay.
Okay.
So then, yeah. Okay, so it would be a red lipstick, a coral cream blush, and lashes. Those would be my top 3.
That's a good
Love.
one. What about you?
I'm surprised. I honestly thought you were going to say like eyeshadow, like a little eyeshadow or something.
No, because I could get the blusher. I could get the blusher and just like put it on my. I that's what I did. Like when my last CDC, I was like, I was tired. I'm like, bro, I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm not
catch
doing
a
all this shit.
flight.
Yeah.
So I just put on sunscreen, lashes, cream blush, and a red lipstick, and I just went out like that.
Love.
Yeah, that was it.
Wait, you go first. 'Cause I have to think about it.
I feel like I would do. It's only 3.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd do a pressed foundation. Only because I fucking despise my under eyes. Like they're so
Okay.
dark
Really?
that I need something to cover it up. Vanessa Cazarez. That mascara and probably blush too. I feel like blush just goes with everything.
Low-key, I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, foundation because I have acne and I hate that shit. Gotta hide it. And yeah, I love blush. I feel like it would be very hard actually between blush or a bronzer actually. But I've been obsessed. I've been on a fucking blush kick lately.
Blush is better.
So I feel like I
never
can't
blushed
live
before.
with it. And I also feel like there's some blushes that are like more like that look like bronzy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that I do foundation, blush, and mascara low key.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I feel like they're the good basic.
Yeah.
Those are the bitches you take when you're like going to the beach and you're gonna do your makeup after too.
Yeah.
Or like you're going on a quick camping trip and you're like, oh, I want to look cute in my pics.
Oh my god, talking about looking cute on your pics. I fucking hate when you and your friends are out and you're taking pictures of each other individually and you take some bomb ass fucking pics for your friends and get the angles, the lighting. Like if you tell them like suck it in or like put your hand right here.
Wait, bitch, your hair right
let me
here.
yes, like you do the whole damn thing, make them look so good, and then you ask them to do it for you, and it's like these bitches like we're fucking eating flies while looking away.
So
That's like
you
fucking
need to
snapping a
position
pic.
them. You need to position them
Literally.
because I hate people taking ferocious. Like there's nothing that'll piss me off than not answering my phone call and not taking a good pic of me. Like nothing will piss me off. I'll be like, let me position it. I'm like, stand there. I'll hold the camera. I'm like, don't fucking move,
Dude.
Because I have a double chin. So if you're seeing me from right now, I'm just gonna position low. But yeah, I hate when bitches can't take a good picture of me.
I'm probably just more like you're preying on my downfall, bitch. Because how the fuck do you not look at me and think to tell me, like, move your face a little,
The
or
sun's
like,
all in their
or
face.
like suck it in a little bit, or move your arm, like, bitch. Because when I look at a picture and I look at someone, like, I can immediately say, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do, friend, to look better, And it's just like I feel like bitches sometimes just don't do that to me because they're like they don't want to see me win, It's just giving very much.
You gotta hang out with new bitches.
But
You know who the fuck you're talking.
to be fair, sometimes I do see pictures of my friends and I'm like, oh wow, they look so good. And then they'll see it and they're like, bitch, fuck you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I actually thought this was a wonderful picture and you look gorgeous, but you just don't like it. But I do hate when bitches don't tell me to suck in my stomach. Like, girl.
Yeah.
Or
Or
like
like
see this shit.
Yeah, like I'm not fucking stupid and I know you're not either.
Yeah,
and I know you
yeah.
can see that I'm not gonna like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
just feel like, come on, like don't look at me, look at the camera.
Exactly.
Oh, like
it's
they're
two
like
different
this?
things. Yeah, I'm like, I just hate looking ugly in my photos. That's why when I went to DC the first time, I took a selfie stick and I positioned it and I'm like, I'm gonna take all the pictures that I want. I'm not gonna bug anyone because if a motherfucker takes an ugly picture, I'm just gonna be, can you take it again? Can you take it again? Can you take it again? Like, so I just bought a selfie stick and that's like my problem solver. So I'll carry no bag, but I'll walk around with a big ass stick.
no, dude, I hate when I'm on vacay and I ask a stranger to take a picture and they take one.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Buy a selfie stick and best it, get one that's 6 feet tall, position it, get the Lens Buddy app, and it'll take a bunch of pictures for you, and you don't have to bug anyone. That's literally like if I ask Brian to take a picture of me, like we're on the brink of divorce.
Dude, that's what I mean. Like, especially your man. Like, how the fuck could you possibly think I look good in this picture? Like, how could you possibly accept that that's the picture you want to give me?
Oh my god, imagine they're just trying to like lower our self-esteem so like we can stay with
I
them.
feel like
make
Brian would
us
like
think
that.
they make you think you're ugly so they might feel like you can do better.
He would literally post the ugliest pictures of me, and I'm like, if you don't delete that fucking picture right now, it got so bad he literally doesn't even post any pictures because he's just like, you're just gonna tell me to delete it. I'm like, so pick a good motherfucking picture. Like, how hard
Or
is
check
it?
in with me first.
That's what I said. I'm like, send them to me. I'll review. I'll approve, and then we'll be happy.
No,
like, why can't we just be happy?
What I do now is I send Alex pictures of me because I'm like, okay, now he has a folder for when it's my birthday or whatever. He has all of these to pick from, not the ones on his phone. But to be fair, he doesn't really take pictures. Motherfucker.
Brian just take pictures together.
Dude, we got in a big ass fight on, what is that shit in Disneyland for Valentine's Day?
Sweetheart
The
night?
Sweethearts Night. We went to Sweethearts Night. And I was like, look at all these boyfriends taking pictures of their girlfriends. And I'm just fucking standing here like a bozo. Like, you're not even like trying to take off guard pic.
I know. Literally, don't you like you try to stand there all cute?
Yeah, like always
waiting for
catch-
something. And not a damn. But
Never.
I'll bet you I'll be in the background mad as hell. Like, oh, wait, hold the fuck up. I have a bone to pick here. Okay, so Hans posted a video of you singing, bitch, and you just see me in the back, and everyone's like, bitch, why you look mad as hell? And I'm like, huh? I hadn't even seen the video. I look on the story, and I'm like, please, God, say psych. I'm just like, I'm literally in the background, just like,
I didn't even see you in the video. To be fair, I
Thank God.
didn't repost it because I don't like people posting me singing. So I was like, I'm not posting this shit on my own story.
No,
You say
literally.
you actually popped off.
No,
low-key.
literally, I was
like, okay.
I was
bitch.
like, and this bitch went after me.
Hey,
I'm
yo,
like,
and Saul wasn't
please
even there. He left. And he was
Honestly.
the one trying to get me to
Wow.
sing all night. I was like, fucking fake. I was looking for you as I was singing.
So everybody wait for the Patreon because Steph is gonna sing on it.
Hell
Hey,
no.
como
Yeah,
la
no, she
flor.
really. Wait, why the fuck
Can
did
you
you?
take requests?
Why the fuck did you leave?
I had a call.
What do you mean?
I had a phone call. I had to attend to.
Oh, okay, like work. It's 1 a.m.
You're like, ¿quién te llamó?
¿Qué te amo? Mira
Actually,
chismosa.
he came back and everyone was like, where the fuck were you?
That's hilarious. He's probably like FaceTiming a girl with his dick out. He's like, moan for
He was
me.
out in the room. He was on the restroom.
You
Going
gotta-
to see me. He came back. I'm like, so what's wrong? Was it hot outside? He's like, no, I just came in to cool down a little AC.
Hey, look, that shit was fun. I had such a good time that
Yeah.
night.
All
That
those
karaoke
flights.
place is cute.
Yeah.
Wait, so I have a confession. Stephanie made me do it. I stole one of the, what is it?
I stole you one. I did. It
I
was
have it
a
in my
little
car
shot
still.
cantadito glass.
Shot
I'm
cantarita, yeah.
excited.
It's in the
She was like,
car.
I'm gonna take it. I'm like, hey, I was all late. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna take one too. And I did take one.
I
I
do
will
that.
always steal from a restaurant. I'm
One
sorry.
thing about me, like I do. Like I've stolen like they're not that cute, but like the little tin for your sauces, like at
Oh,
Applebee's and stuff, like the
yeah.
little silver ones. Because sometimes at my house, you know, I want to like pour up a little sauce or something, and like I was like, oh my god, these are perfect.
That's smart.
I've-
yeah.
I've stolen a whole tea set.
a tea set.
Yeah. And then I went to another
What
restaurant.
kind
like
of bag did you have? I need to know.
I swear to God, I had that bag. I literally I took everything out and I gave it to my friends and I was like,
That's
hold on, I'm gonna put
crazy.
my fucking
For
real
reference,
in
the
there.
bag is this big. Imagine my head.
And then I went to a completely different restaurant and they had the same set but in purple.
So you're like, damn, I
I
should
was
have came
gonna,
up.
but I was.
It
on
didn't
a
fit in the purse?
That actually no. I had a little like satchel purse and it didn't fit in it. But also I told the waitress and I don't think she liked that I was gonna steal it. So she kind of like kept an eye on me. I was like, oh my god, because I said it. I was like, I stole a cute like the same one but in pink. And then right when I finished, she went and like took my cup.
Damn.
Bitches. I almost stole a $300 glass once too.
$300 glass.
I didn't know it was
I
$300.
did steal glass. But that's because I got engaged at a winery. So I took the glasses.
Oh,
So
that
I'm
is
like,
Me,
so
I was about to
cute.
say that. Me too. I've done
Yeah.
that. I've taken the glass. I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna tell me?
Also, they're rich. I don't
Exactly.
steal from like mom and pop restaurants,
Yeah.
like just like big corporation ones.
I'm sure where I took those glasses, it was mom and pop. I apologize. But I'm sure 2 glasses ain't going
Oh yeah,
bring
they're
broke
good. Bitches be breaking those all the time, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
That's
what?
at
I've
least the
never
right
been to a
person.
winery.
Not us
Really?
coming up with excuses to stealing.
Hey,
We're
that's
it's
justifying-
fine. Just
But they're making profits. So.
Right. It's gonna cost us more to go out and buy that piece of like whatever we're stealing than them to just replace
it's
it.
causing us more pain and anxiety to steal it.
The
Actually,
biggest theft is actually wage theft. If you look at it, studies show the biggest theft is wage theft, not property, not bullshit. It's wage theft. So
I've
remember,
actually
they're stealing
heard
from
that
workers.
too.
No, it's fact.
Yeah, and it's insane because like you look at other countries who actually pay their servers livable wages, so tipping isn't
Necessary.
You can't
It's
actually.
not a part of the
It's actually
culture.
disrespectful to tip in other countries because they're like, no, like this isn't. We're getting paid for.
What do you
the
guys feel
serv-
about tipping? I do tip here, but I do hate like that I have to tip because I feel like the fact that I have to do it
Makes me
pisses
not want to do it.
off.
I just had that.
But
literally.
I do tip because I feel like, okay, I understand. Even though in California you do get paid minimum wage.
I
You're not
will
upset.
tip for good service, but I'm a very much I hate when restaurant like workers will hop on like TikTok and be like, I fucking hate if you can't tip, don't fucking come out to eat, like this and this and that and the third. And I'm like, bitch, if you can't live off of that job, get a fucking another one. No one's forcing you to be a fucking
That's
restaurant
true.
worker. Like and hop over here and get mad at people. Like what if it's a person like a farm worker or something who saved up money just to take their daughter out to fucking Applebee's like a one time in a year thing and they
Yeah.
can't tip, but what the fuck, so they just can't go just because they
Yeah.
can't tip? Like fuck you, dude. Like get another job.
Yeah.
And be instead of being mad at people, be mad at your fucking government, be mad at your boss, whatever the CEO of your company that's not fucking paying you. Like
Yeah.
be mad at them.
I definitely understand the sentiment, but I
Yeah.
feel like again, you're in California. Like I
Yeah.
worked in like hospitality. And I'm like, servers get paid. Like
Yeah.
you have to pay minimum wage in California. Maybe if you go to
Yeah.
another state, but I'm like in California, you're gonna make like money.
I just feel like I'm a really good tipper, to be honest, but I also think like because I was a waitress, like I was never entitled to my tips. Like I always try to give the best service, but because I wanted people to have a good time, and if they left me a tip, then I'd be like, okay, I always said thank. Like right when I'd get it, I'd be like, oh, thank you. But I wasn't like, if they left me a shitty tip, unless they were dicks, I wouldn't care. I would just be like, oh, okay, well, fucking whatever I get is what I get. But when they're rude and they don't leave me a good tip, I'm like, you motherfuckers. Like,
I see that.
You put me through hell, and I was over here trying to give you great service, and you still didn't tip me good. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because I was telling them once that I had a table once that their bill was like over $1,000, and they left me fucking $10. They were there through my entire shift. And they left me $10 and I was so livid. And then when they went back, they're like, "Oh, we want you to be our waitress." And I was like, "Fuck no, I'm never waiting on you guys again."
That's crazy.
Suck a dick.
No, that's horrific. That's if you can't afford to pay a good tip and you just spend a rack.
And I did tell them, because I was a manager at the time. I was like, "Y'all better fucking tip my waitress." I was like, "If not, I'm gonna tell like all your girlfriends that you're cheap as fuck." Because they would go like
with
alone,
bitches.
and then they would go with their girlfriends. Yeah.
And honestly, if you're spending $1,000 on a fucking bill at the restaurant, you have money to tip, bitch.
Dude,
Like
for
you
real.
you don't have
fucking
to
do.
tip the $200 if you don't want to tip.
No.
You should tip. Like
Something,
you could
bitch.
tip. Like
You
you
could.
could tip $100.
Even a $20, I would have been like, "Fuck you," but I guess. But like $10, like, oh
yeah, because I understand. Okay, maybe you don't want to pay $200 for a tip. Okay, I can understand that, but you still want to give something substantial. I feel like $20 would not. I would not feel like I spent $1,000 just gonna give you 20.
Dude.
I feel like there has to be a minimum, like whatever you're spending.
I always just move the decimal. That's how I tip. I always like, if it's really good, I'll leave more, but if it's just whatever, I'll just leave 10%.
I'm not good at math, so I'm like, please put the 18, 20, 22, and I'll just be like, okay, 537, carry the 1, and that's it. Like, I don't make me do the math because I'm just gonna like guess. Like I like to have like on there. I'll be like, I hate when I be spitting checks to bitch. I'm like, why don't they ever just put the tape? I'm like, what are you putting, bitch?
Dude,
because I'm not trying to use my brain.
I love when they like have the amount already there for you.
Yeah, I feel like
I love
that's
not
the best
using my
way.
brain.
Literally.
No, literally.
I
use it
like
enough.
leaving the tip to where the cents makes the total to be like
0, 0.
0.
Me too. I do like doing that, but then I'm like, then I have to think harder and like, nah. Let me just what this bitch say? 37. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break to shout out our sponsors at Manscaped. Ladies, our friends at Manscaped are here with a deal you can't pass over this Easter season. They've got the tools to give the man in your life the beautifully decorated eggs of his dreams. Just because it's Easter doesn't mean it's okay for him to hide his manhood behind all that grass. Make sure his downstairs lawn is mowed and get him feeling sweet as candy by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off plus free shipping with code BESTIES.
No, really, honestly, their products are so good. My little brother went into our room and he tried to steal Alex's nose hair trimmer, and he was like, "You need to get me one." And I was like, "Girl, okay." It's time to put all your eggs into the perfect basket with the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. Inside this ball care bunny basket, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all his goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0 is an electric trimmer. It has their proprietary advanced skin-safe technology that is designed to trim hair on loose skin.
The Lawnmower 4.0 is also waterproof and equipped with an LED light so you can keep eyes on those eggs even in the dark. The Easter Bunny dropped off an extra special gift with Performance Package by adding the upgraded Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in his delicate nose and ear holes. This package also comes with their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner. Yeah, you heard that right. This is ball deodorant that can change his life and yours potentially. April is Easter, but it's also Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as a part of their We Save Balls initiative.
So save 20% off and free shipping with the code BESTIES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BESTIES at manscaped.com. Hop into the best deal of the year with Manscaped. We now return to your regular scheduled program. What were we talking about?
What a haircut says about a man.
Dude, it's because I feel bad, but I used to be like, okay, guys never notice when girls get their hair done, but I really don't be noticing when guys get their hair cut either.
Look at me either.
Until they say it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah.
My bad. Like, I didn't really notice.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, when your man, when he comes back from getting a haircut, does he like do shit for you to like point it out?
Yeah, and then he gets sad if I don't, and I'm like, oh, I'm just kidding. Like, I saw it. I just didn't want to, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to humble you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I only talk down on men. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I do notice, but mostly because they always need a tan on their head. It's always whiter than the rest of it.
And I think it's so funny because, like, I feel like you could genuinely tell more on men, obviously, because their hair is, like, when you get a fade, it's obviously really different,
Yeah.
I feel like it depends. Depends how often they go.
And then girls are like, you didn't notice? I cut my hair, and it's like they just got a little trim.
Literally nothing.
It looks
No.
exactly the same.
Brian will pull up, and like I know he just came back from getting a haircut, and like I'll just be talking to him whatever, and he'll be like, I have like this huge ass, like if we come to my house, I have a huge ass mirror. He'll be like, yeah, babe, like, and he's just like checking it, and I'm like,
He'll be like, head on, head off.
he'll like purposely like touch the back of his head, like trying to look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh babe, so he's like, you're not gonna say anything about my haircut, and I'm like, oh no babe, oh my god, it looks so good, I love it.
We're all humbling them.
Yeah.
People are gonna talk shit and be like, wow, you don't hype up your man.
They're going to end up divorced real soon.
Hey,
I
50% of marriages end in divorce.
I just convinced Alex to let his hair grow long. So he hasn't gotten
long,
a
like
haircut.
what? Like your hair long?
No, not like my hair long, but like
Longer?
like Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal, Spider-Man. I think it's No Way Home.
Okay. Like
Okay.
Yeah, like
okay.
kind of just like a slick back, long.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
He
yeah,
looks
yeah.
fucking sexy. Honestly, I love it.
Okay, what do you guys think haircuts say about a man? Like, what do you think an Edgar cut says about a man?
I think he needs to grow up. I think he needs to be
Yeah.
fucking for real. I think he needs to look in the mirror.
Mm, yeah, he definitely still watches like the Rosa de Guadalupe like in the back.
He definitely took ELD.
he
in
definitely
school.
took ELD. Yeah.
Probably owns a few 20
Mamalona.
shirts. 20 white shirts.
Yeah, Mamalona, and he's probably always saying no quema ka.
Yeah.
It's probably his uncle's truck and he's just letting him borrow it. Nah.
But he will buy you a big ass bouquet of roses.
Buchon.
Las rosas
yeah.
buchonas, he'll probably real sweet sometimes,
Yeah,
So
but
there's
he's
that.
definitely like, he's calling you like, oh, am gorgeous, like, like am gorgeous, like he's definitely not, like he's choosing to neglect autocorrect, but
He has a little trouble with
He
grammar.
was
Yeah.
not paying attention in ELD, but that's fine. We
He's
love
like,
him over here.
you're beautiful. Like, oh, thank you. That's sweet. You're sweet.
You know why I despise the Edgar haircut? Do you guys remember when girls used to tease their hair and guys would like do the thing
Like
where
the mushroom
girls,
vibe,
pretty boys.
yeah.
Yes, I hated the pretty boys and their hair looked like an Edgar haircut when they didn't have gel
Oh,
on.
it did.
Okay.
It
So I would
did.
always be like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
just shave that shit off.
They definitely were jerking in the quad like
Yes.
in middle school if they still have
The
the
Dougie.
haircut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like guys with a fade.
A fade.
What do you think
Yeah.
a fade says about a man?
A fade spray is you spend a little too much time looking at yourself. Like you definitely think you get a lot of bitches. Like it doesn't
will
always
cuss
follow
you
through.
out.
He will cuss you out. He'll definitely leave you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will make you go halves at Burger King.
He definitely has like a clock tattoo, like somewhere on his body. Like if he don't got time today,
Or a
relax.
compass.
or a compass, because motherfucker don't know where he's going.
Or some kind of animal, maybe.
But he's really a beast.
Or
Yeah.
a quote, but they misspelled some things on the tattoo.
Maybe some
No regrets. You know?
some Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Roman numerals.
You know what though? I also think it depends how they have it on top. Because if it's like
Yeah.
a fade and like kind of like
Back.
shorter,
Yeah.
that's definitely and even like kind of slick back, that's definitely fuckboy vibes.
That's definitely fuckboy.
but if it's just kind of like to the side and a low fade, I feel like it's not too bad.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That means you're still in like your discovery phase of who you are. Yeah.
You
But
don't know
they
what
will
you're doing.
open the door for you.
They will open the
They
door.
Exactly.
will.
They will pay the full tab,
Yeah.
at least for the first 3 days.
They'll at
will-
least pick you up.
They'll probably introduce you to their parents like the second day of knowing you. You know,
But you're also like the third bitch that
you're
week.
in there.
They'll pick you up for the date, but they'll ask you where do you want to go.
They will not
They
plan
won't plan that shit.
Yeah, they won't plan that shit. What if they have like long, voluptuous, like Jason Momoa kind of hair?
I feel like they're very much like
They don't wear cologne, but they smell good. I feel like for sure. I feel
Like Georgia the Jungle vibes.
Georgia the Jungle, yeah.
live in the moment.
He might not have a car though.
Might not.
You know what it is? I feel like guys with long hair have like an extreme like sexual attention about them. Like
Yeah,
they
they
look
are.
like they want to get fucked and they want to get like
Yeah, he's definitely asking for a mirror so he can look at himself as he bends
exactly.
over.
Like he's just
Yeah.
insanely horny, but mostly for himself.
Yeah.
He will for sure have a selfie on his IG where half of his hair is covering half of his face.
Mhm, black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
black and white.
he'll wear a bracelet and for sure like a ring. For
True.
sure, like two rings.
He might hella gaslight you too.
Yeah.
What about mullets? How do you guys feel about mullets?
He definitely voted for Trump 2020. He's actually just going on a date with me to call ICE and report me as like an undocumented.
He got a
illegal
mustache
servant.
for sure.
Has a mustache that he hasn't really trimmed and shaved, so there's still like the residue of like, the last bitch's pussy he was eating for sure. Definitely dirty fingernails.
Always take you to eat at Hooters or some kind of fast food chain like that.
He tells you looks beautiful, but only to your nipples. You know,
He
like,
probably fishes.
probably fishes and smells like fish.
There's probably some sexual tension between him and a sibling.
For sure. He probably
maybe.
his favorite categories like my stepsister. You know? For sure.
Don't go through his porn history, babe.
Keep it
Don't-
to yourself.
Flag haircut.
None because all men are red flags.
I'm not gonna lie. I think guys with long hair are pretty cute because it takes a lot to
Yeah.
get past the bummy phase of your letting your hair
You're
grow.
right.
So I'm like, if you really made it past that and you still look good with
That's a
long
bad
hair,
bitch.
like
Yeah.
you're a bad bitch. I'm sorry to tell you, but
Yeah,
you are.
if you have long hair, you're definitely a bad bitch. Not because even if you don't look fine, but because you're so confident that you were gonna look good. You let it
Exactly.
wait out because you're like, just wait for the finished motherfucking
Just
product.
just wait on
Period.
it.
And they were right.
Exactly. I don't fuck with comb overs because like, why are you looking like a little bitch?
Yeah.
Comb overs gives
like, what is this,
army
crybaby?
energy to
Like-
me. It gives army to me.
Army,
like,
yeah.
Ooh,
like ooh, and I've heard
Comb over
army
just
men are
gives like
toxic.
you might sock me out. Like if I talk back.
Like you tell your mom fuck you, and like you're definitely gonna get me pregnant and leave me.
Like you definitely would push me if I accidentally stepped on your chug.
And then tell you it was your fault.
Yeah,
That's
for
how I
sure.
feel about comb overs. I'm
He'd be
not
like,
gonna
I didn't
lie.
hit you. You ran into my fist, bitch.
Literally.
No, you tripped down the stairs. I didn't push you.
Yeah.
What about bald men? What energy do bald men give you guys?
Ooh, it depends. Okay.
bald with no beard or just bald and baldless?
Both. Let's see.
Bald with beard, he's working on himself. Probably doesn't have a big dick, but he does work out and like is hoping that his huge legs will like. But it just makes it worse because then like your dick looks smaller, your legs look bigger.
Really? I feel like bald with beard, you have a big dick. But also, it
Depends.
just, I feel like to me, bald depends on height. Like,
Actually,
if
you're
short,
right.
why are you bald?
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
come on, baby
you
girl.
You can't be bald. I feel like
But like a tall, bald man, like just like very like muscular, I'm kind of like, ooh.
Okay.
I feel like a bald with beard. Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right.
But
Yeah.
also not bald with a long ass beard. Like, bitch, you're gonna fucking
Just
look like, no.
trimmed,
Yeah,
polished.
nice maintained beard.
Yeah.
But also, why are you bald? Like, is your hairline receding or did you choose this life?
Okay, what if he didn't have the choice?
Like, he's just bald?
To be bald.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I don't think I would mind bald,
Yeah, I don't think I would mind.
but I
either.
low-key do like running my fingers through people's hair.
Okay, bald, but he wore a toupee. You didn't know that, and now you're laying down with him. Like he's telling you you're so beautiful. You're looking into his eyes.
And you just
and
takes it
as-
off.
As you look at the glimmer in his eyes, you see a little lace front, and you go to pull his hair, and the glue's ripping out. Like, what do you do? Like, now your fingers are stuck through his hair, and it's either you pull out and like the real him shows, or like you just stay here, and you're just like you're. Just
I would
looking.
just push it back.
You just push
Like,
it
I'll just
forward?
put it back and like kind of like,
I would
you know.
just pretend I didn't see it and probably never speak to that man again.
Yeah, and just be
I'm
like, oh, I'm
You,
kinda
would
tired
you
now.
wouldn't date a guy with a toupee?
I would, I guess, if it made him look good. Because I mean, I feel like I wear makeup, so I feel like, damn, I don't look how I look without makeup. So if a guy wants to wear a toupee and he looks good, I'm not gonna be a bitch and be like, no, what the fuck, yeah.
I like my men hairy, so no.
Yeah.
Like just preference wise,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
because
yeah.
of like anything against them. I just love like a man
hairy
with
man.
hair. Yeah.
One time I did have a sneaky link who like would put like a lot of product in his hair. You know, like have you ever ran your fingers in through a guy's hair and he has a lot of product? Like the hair is like clumped together in some places.
Oh, bitch, he
And,
didn't
like-
wash his head.
And
He
it
needs
was
a
giving,
cleansing
but the
shampoo.
crazy thing is like he looked good. Like, you know, it was like it was you were able to tell once you ran your fingers through it, if that
Gotcha,
makes
gotcha.
sense. So you were
Yes,
like,
yes.
okay, you know. And I remember one time we were cuddling and it was the first time we ever cuddled and I was running my fingers like through his hair. Well, trying, bitch, because that shit was like stuck together in some places. And then I started feeling like low-key like a bald spot that was being covered like with hair. And he was straight up like, okay, low-key, like he just told me like straight up, he was like, I do have like a bald spot like coming in like in the middle and like shit. He was like, I hide it, which he did hide it really well. Sorry, really well. But I was like, damn,
That's crazy.
Dude,
it
that
was wild. I
sucks.
felt bad for him low key because I feel like his hair really did make him look really attractive.
Damn.
And then for him to be like, it was.
I feel
he
like that
was
would be
losing
like
it.
you, like, right? You have curly hair. Do you identify a lot with your curly hair?
Yeah. I love my curly hair.
Like, imagine losing that.
Yeah,
I
I
would
felt bad.
feel
I was like,
hurt.
damn, dude.
But I wonder, why do guys lose their hair more than girls?
It's like
don't
just
know.
genetic.
Maybe
I feel like
genetics,
it's depending on like
stress.
your maternal grandfather.
Oh, no shit.
So based on like your mom's dad.
Oh,
That's how
crazy.
men will know if they're
I like
or
when
not.
men have receding hairlines and they just shave, though. I feel like that always looks so much better.
Then like when they have
Then
they're
try to-
holding on.
Yeah.
They're holding on for
Yeah.
dear life.
They're holding on to what could have been.
Yeah.
It's
I
like a
agree.
cul-de-sac on their head.
Dude,
They're
but
like-
makes them look
lately,
older.
I've been seeing like the hair transplant videos, and I'm sorry, they're fucking disgusting.
When they first grow out, yeah.
Or like just the process of like, I like seeing the follicle, and oh my God, dude, I'm sorry, it grosses me the fuck out. Like, it's really nasty. Props to everybody who does it because you gotta go through some shit
Yeah.
for it to like finally grow. But I really think it's so, I hate that they pop up on my shit. Like, this is not ASMR to me, bitch. This is disgusting.
Yeah. I feel like hair transplants, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, really.
I wanted to move my hairline down
Oh my
because I
God.
hate my forehead so
It's
Why?
bad.
so
You think you have a big
insane to
forehead?
me.
I hate my forehead.
I don't
Wow,
see
you're
it.
literally crazy.
Literally, I was
know.
like, I can like I don't know if they could just like move it like down
I
here or
actually
something.
think you'd look weird if you do that. It's gonna be too small now, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
bitch, no,
yeah,
please.
like I want a fucking two head.
I feel like your forehead's proportionate to your
I think
head,
it's
though.
really good. Yeah, it
It's
fits your
just
face.
it looks weird
take
in certain
your selfies
angles.
and crop that out.
That's what it is. It's the angle. It's like that. Remember we were talking about that. How that cosmetic surgeon was talking about how he'll have girls come into his office and they'll be like, I want my nose to look like this picture.
It's like a filter.
And then he'll be like, but your nose looks fine, like in real life. Like, I don't see what's wrong with your nose. And he'll be like, and then they'll show a picture and they'll be like, but look at this picture. Like, my nose looks so weird here. And he's like, well, that's an angle, you know, that's not really how your nose looks.
Yeah.
And he's like, girls will be coming in here because of a picture of how their nose looks at a certain angle, and that makes them automatically want to have like surgery on their nose. And he's like, he's
Just
trying
learn how to contour.
to make them, he's trying to make them like click in their head, like, yo, like you're about to get cosmetic surgery over just a bad angle. Your nose actually looks really nice in real life, which is what should matter.
Yeah.
But because of a picture of a certain angle, you just like hate your fucking nose. And I was like, damn, that's insane. Like,
Yeah.
It really does go that far though, and I feel like lately, like I keep telling myself, because like since I've been hitting the gym, like a lot of gym girls that I follow, like after a certain point, they usually get their tits done, and I'm like, oh my God, like should I get my tits done, like this and that, but most of the people, if not every person that I know that has breast cancer has implants. I don't know if
There is
it's
a link.
correlated.
There's definitely a link.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm like, dude, I'm really gonna risk something like that just for my vanity. Like I can't get myself to convince myself to do it. I would love to if there was like a possibility that I wasn't gonna get it. Obviously you don't know, but
don't
bitch,
know, yeah.
I know. Like I'm gonna fucking get that shit eventually. So I'd rather either postpone it or just like try my best to not even put myself in the situation where I can maybe like accelerate the chances of me getting it. But I do really wish I had big tits. Or at least like a full B, bitch. Come on. Like I'm an A
Just wear,
cup, bro.
just wear a good,
No,
just
you're
wear a good
not.
bra.
You're
Just
an
wear a
A
good
cup?
bra.
Pretty much.
the heck?
No, I fucking
I
hate
cannot even
bras.
tell.
Bro, I
hate
hate
bras,
bras.
too.
I
I
honest
know
to God,
more
I hate them.
than
I have two bras.
Free the nipple.
No, yeah, I am such a like show me your tits kind of
Me
bitch.
too.
Like I hate that
Sure.
I can't walk around with like my
Me
tits
too.
out.
I love having friends that like don't mind getting naked around you. Like, I'm really that girl. Like, if I'm around you, we're in the room, like, I'm gonna take my shirt off, I'm gonna take my pants off, you're gonna see everything. I don't give a damn.
You're gonna see this pussy, baby girl.
Literally, Stephanie took me to Nayarit this week.
I did.
It was so fun.
It was fun.
And I met one of her best friends, Priscilla, and we were like staying in the same room. And I think maybe she just didn't know me. Obviously, she didn't know me. Like, we just met on the trip. So, like, she was changing, and, like, I could tell she was kind of being a little, like, you know, like,
shy.
And, bitch, I was like, woo. Like, and I told her, I was like, does it bother you? Because, like, I'm really just, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and she was like, no, that's cool. She was like, I just wasn't sure. And I was like, okay, perfect. Like, girl, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll see your titty. You can see mine.
Like, your pussy, my pussy.
Literally, I love that, honestly. Like, I don't care. I've always been very just...
I feel like that's definitely like a bonding like moment. Like, it's just full of such feminine energy, like women just walking around in their body, and you know that no one's gonna look at you and be like, or like in a pervert way or like in a judgmental way. Because I feel like when, like, I saw this video of this girl, she was in Japan and she went to a spa and she's going
like butt-ass naked,
she's like going off like, no, we were naked, and I'm like, bitch, like, you've never been naked around women. Like, I feel like it's such an empowering feeling, especially when you're with your friends and you're doing your makeup and you're like half naked. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
it's a hella bonding moment.
My family's like all women. Like I have like 7 aunts. I have like 3. I actually have more sisters, but I have a lot of sisters. Like a lot of cousins. All my family is just all women, so like we're very comfortable. Like, I've literally had times where I was damn near shaving and my sister opened the curtain to talk to me, and I'm like, oh, hey, pussy facing the world.
Literally.
Like,
and you're like, hey, can you just help me back here a little?
Dude,
Can't reach.
Literally. No, seriously.
One time I was masturbating in the shower and Priscilla walked in. Really? And I was like, okay.
Did she catch you though?
She didn't notice, but I thought she noticed. Oh. So I was like, yeah, I was just, hanging out. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh, low-key, I was masturbating right now. And she was like, oh, shit, bitch, I didn't even fucking notice. And then, like, you just went on about your day. Like, it wasn't, like, that serious.
That's hilarious.
But that's the only time I've been
like
caught.
Your sister?
No, she's my best friend,
the one that you guys saw this week.
Yeah. Okay. But, I don't know.
That's
do guys be doing that?
Nah.
That sucks.
Not what? Like, masturbating in the shower?
They do be showing dick and cheeks, okay?
In the group chat.
He's all they do.
I've definitely walked in on Brian doing some homoerotic shit. I was like...
Rex twerks on FaceTime.
Yeah, I remember one time I walked into his room, because we have like separate rooms, and I walked into his room, and I'm like, I opened the door, and he's like... I'm like, what are you doing? And I just hear in the back, oh, Brian. I just hear all of them, and like the phone's positioned like at an angle. And I'm like, why did he just turn around as he lifted his pants? And like the math started like mathing, and I'm like, oh, you're showing your ass on FaceTime.
Dude, but something about like showing someone your ass is comedy. Like, what is it called? Mooning someone?
Yeah, mooning.
Mooning's comedy. I love that.
I remember middle school, all the guys would do that, where they would get their balls and show their balls.
That is so nasty. Like, that's weird. I don't want to see your balls, weird. Bro. Your ass cheeks.
Pussy, huh?
Okay, but to each other, not to other dudes.
But you're there you go. It's so distinctive, right? Like, he literally, like, the guy would go out of his way to whip out his balls. I'm
not like spreading my lips, dude. I'm not like
we're all friends, you know.
I'm not like pussy facing the world. Like, no, it's just
like I'm not sitting down with my legs spread open and shit. I'm just sitting down and I so happen to be naked.
Yeah, or I'm wearing a robe. And like that's
like a tit falls out, I'm not gonna like do anything
like,
about it.
You're scared of a little nipple. I'm like,
I'm afraid to open FaceTime calls for my friends.
Look, right? You're all traumatized. You're like, bro.
That's so weird.
No, literally should be. I've literally been there. And then Brian would be like, "Oh, bro, what the fuck? I have my girl," and it's like Hans, and he's like taking a fat shit in the restroom.
Ew.
Yeah, dude, I swear.
Exposing bueno on here.
Or like I'll be laying down here. And he'd be like, bro, and I'm looking at him. I'm like,
do you guys fart in front of each other?
No, I don't like to do that. So the first time Brian ever heard me fart was like 7 years into our relationship, maybe like 5 years into our relationship, and it was completely on accident. Like, I would have if I couldn't, like, I'll burp, I don't give a fuck, but farting, I just feel so embarrassed. I'm just embarrassed. Like, I can't even fart for my homegirls. Like, I'm like, oh my god, if it smells, you can smell me.
You're like, bitch, hold your breath.
Yeah, no, literally, like, and I was bloated. I had just got my period. I was bloated, and like his parents had like leather couches. So, literally, and I was like bloated. I just sat down. I was like.
Oh,
and I was like, you know, you're trying to like purposely make like
it was the couch.
And then Brian's like, did you just fart? I'm like, no, that was not me. I'm like, it was the couch, and suddenly the couch didn't make any motherfucking noise, and that was the first time he ever heard
Like
me
in
fart.
Scary Movie 3, have you guys seen that movie?
I forgot.
I feel like I kind of know what you're talking about.
There's a scene where Anna Faris sits down, and it's like, and she's it was the couch.
Oh,
and then Queen Latifah sits down, and it's like fucking tronando hard as hell, and she's like, yes, the couch.
Yeah.
like
but now I
that.
do, like, if I fart, like,
It's like, you're not
I'll
as
be
bad.
in the restroom, but I just don't close the door. And if you heard me, like, I'll immediately like regret it. But I'm like, it's
whatever.
already. I feel like I have you guys ever had like stomach pains from holding your fart?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw some girl like had to go to the doctor and get like
She would do
surgery
that too
because
much?
she was holding her. So after I was like, fuck that. This man, first date he ever took me on. He went and he like came to like close my door, or I don't know what the fuck he did, and like he farted like as like he was like walking around the car. He got in the car and the pedo like
Followed him?
No.
No.
And I was like trying to be like slick and put the window down, child lock. So I'm in there eating this man's fart, like just
Having a great time.
And you were like, in that moment, I just knew he was the one.
and then moving on,
The
like,
pheromones.
The
He knew.
pheromones. Yeah, I was like,
You're like,
smells
we're
like the
locked
future.
in.
Okay,
can't.
bitch, but that's probably the best date. Like, and you're sucking dick anyways. So just suck dick and just like put your titties together.
But
and
you don't
suck dick.
understand. It's just the motion of having big tits. Like, I'm looking at your tits right now, baby girl. I know that shit is like...
Bomb as
But
fuck.
I feel like you can still do it with small tits. I mean, I watch porn. Like, bitches don't need a lot to work with.
Yeah, like me, I feel like me and you have the same size boobs, low key, like we're around the
Yeah.
same. And I have been titty fucked before, and I mean, it did kind of work. Like my boobs didn't wrap around the whole dick because I have small boobs, but they got the job done. But it was a very humbling experience.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not the same. Like, you're not... Like, now all I'm thinking of is, man, I wish I had bigger
Well,
tits.
then
Because-
just make sure you're
yeah.
like sucking his dick real good. Just like spin on it extra.
Ooh, yeah.
So I was gonna say, just grab your boob. If it's not the tits, then just like make it like the.
But that's what
visual
I'm saying.
sucking
I don't
dick.
want to do that for them. I don't give a fuck about how they're feeling right now. I just want to feel like,
Do you just
yeah,
wanna
look
feel
at my
titty fucked?
tits are big right now. And like, I mean, titty fuck.
like I was like, damn. The whole time I was doing it, I was like, damn. Does he think this is lame? Does he think my boobs are ugly? Like,
No,
think
it's
they're too
not.
small?
You just
Like,
have to. I
fuck.
feel like guys like that, the stupid ass like ugly faces, like when you're doing like suck. That's why honestly I don't like to suck dick because I feel like I look ugly. Like there's no way that.
Really?
I
I
can't
think
suck dick
I
and
look
look
so cute.
Really? I
I'm
feel like
like,
guys like like they want you to spit on it. They want like your eyes, like your snot to come out, like you're like just positioned in a way. I just feel like I just don't look cute sucking dick. Like when I try to look cute, I feel like I'm not doing like the best job that I could.
oh, right,
you know,
right,
if I want to
right.
look pretty, it's not the best like sucking dick.
You just got to do it in like a darker room.
just
So
gonna
it's just
stop
the
a bit.
silhouette.
like stop after every second, like.
Wait, let me fix my mascara.
Like literally, yeah. I just feel like you just look ugly.
Damn, she's
sucking
going
dick.
in low key. I'm not trying that hard.
No, I'm not me. I'm not trying that hard anymore. But I'm saying
You're
like,
like, it's effortless, babes.
yeah, for the anniversary.
That's true for the
For
special
real,
event.
it's only Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
anniversary,
And then you're like,
St.
oh, what'd you get?
Patrick's
I'm
Day.
like pussy in a box. They're like again.
Christmas, Halloween.
Yeah.
I hate that there's always a pressure like on festive days that like you kind of gotta have sex. Like on their birthday, I'm like, I don't want to today just because
Yeah.
you deserve
Like, we
it.
had sex yesterday.
Yeah, dude, like count that one.
Yeah.
It's just not fun.
I feel like as I get older, do you feel like as you get older, like you get hornier?
I think that's just women though, like women, because I think women hit their sexual peak in their 30s. So I feel like we
Oh,
just
hell no.
start to like get like more like how little teenager boys get horny. I feel like that's how women get horny.
And I feel
Oh
like
my
it
God.
fluctuates too. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in like my long relationship, like there'd be times where I felt like really horny for a long period of time. Then there'd be times where I wasn't as, it just changed for me personally, at least.
Yeah, I think that's how I am too. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's just
Like every day. Yeah. And then you're like,
Other times I'm like once every 2 weeks I'm cool, like I'm chilling. That's enough for me.
Earlier you mentioned that you and Brian, that's his name, right?
Yeah, you're right.
It sounds weird.
It does, yeah. I was like, should I just say Rex?
Who the fuck is Brian? Literally,
Yeah.
so I'm like, wait, is that
Rex.
even his name?
We'll just say Rex.
Rex.
Yeah.
What's it called? Do you guys have separate rooms?
Yeah, but like I'll have like my rooms, like that's where we sleep. But I'll have like all my shit in there, you know. And so he'll have like the second room, and he'll have like his like shit in there.
Okay.
Oh, but your bed is in your room.
Yeah, but my bed is in my room.
Does he have a bed in his room too, or no?
No. We'll sleep together. But he
Okay.
just like
Has
that's
his own
shit.
closet.
Don't fuck
You're
with my
like,
shit. Yeah, because I feel like I like to get ready. I like to have like you know, I just want to have my space. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
I'm already like, you know, I just feel like he has his space when his homies come. Like, I
Go
don't want
kick it
my
in that room over there. Yeah.
like I've had his homies come. Like, I'll have my door open, my calzones, my bras, and I'll be telling him like, oh yeah, I'm like. Oh, I'll be like, oh, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. Or he'll come and, like, we'll have the dirty clothes and it's, like, my underwear's, like, just laid out. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, what? No way. No way.
Ni te avisa con
Dude,
tiempo.
Nothing. So,
oh my gosh.
I like to have, like, separate rooms. I just feel like it's just better.
Honestly, I feel like I love that idea. I feel like I was really introduced to that idea very recently, but actually, like, they'll have beds though too in separate rooms, and for the most part they do say that they do sleep together, but there'll be times where they will sleep apart as well. Like rarely, but I was like, oh, that's actually a cool concept, you know, like have your own stuff in your own
Brian
rooms.
got a Cal King because the motherfucker was like tired of me like pushing him over.
Yeah.
So I feel like he probably would enjoy a separate bed because he says I don't like let him have any space, but I feel like we don't cuddle. We just I don't know. Maybe you just gravitate towards like. I have like cold hands, cold feet. My ass be cold. Like I need something to warm up. Like literally, and like it's funny because the bed got bigger, and so it's just like he just got closer to the corner. Yeah,
that's funny.
I don't think I could do that, but I like we cuddle sleeping. Like you know, how people are like couples don't sleep like that. I sleep like that. Like I need at least 40% of my body to be on top of you in some way. Whether that be my legs or like I'll just throw my actual whole body on you. I need to feel someone sleeping next to me. And even if we're not cuddling, I'm gonna put my hand under your pillow to make sure that if you ever move or get up, I'm gonna feel it.
Really?
Yeah, I have like major attachment issues when I sleep. So you
like being the little spoon?
I do like being the little spoon. I don't mind being the big spoon, but I'm not gonna put my arm under you. Like I'm just gonna fix it and then I'm gonna hug you from this side.
Honestly, Rex likes being the little spoon. Like he does not. I'm like I'll put like. But he doesn't like me putting my leg over him. He says I have a big ass fucking leg. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? He's like, no. But I feel like he just doesn't like to, like, he wants to be the little spoon in, like, a weird way. Like, he just wants me to, like.
Just like the cuddle of it.
Yeah, he just wants the cuddle of it. But.
He likes to feel your big ass chichis on it.
Maybe, because he definitely don't want my fucking big ass thigh on him. But, yeah, so I just feel like he that's it. Like, but I feel like I would like to be cuddled, probably.
Since you guys
sleep easier.
Since you guys are married, what has been your most favorite thing about being married and your least favorite thing about being married?
My favorite thing about being married. I'm like, that one should have been easier, huh?
She's like,
can't think of anything that I like, truthfully.
I'm like, maybe that like you have someone to like you just live on your own with like one person. So I think maybe creating like a new. I don't know. I feel like we've been together so long. It's such a hard question. What do I like?
Sorry, I'm not one of them.
Hold on. There has to be something. There has to be something.
Like, fucking bitch.
My favorite thing about being married.
This girl too. She's like,
it's so
marriage
many.
ain't looking that good to me.
Right. I'm just going down the list, picking the best one.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I'm busting your butt.
I'm all. Oh.
No, for real. I gotta answer. Okay, I'll do my least favorite first. I
feel like my favorite thing about married, I do enjoy like cooking for him, and like when it's like time to like I guess like like serve him. I feel like I do love like cooking and like taking care of him in that way.
You love catering to him.
Yeah, I love catering to him. I feel like that would be the highlight of it. Because when I know my mom wouldn't even try my motherfucking food, you know? Like, a huevos, he doesn't have a motherfucking choice, you know?
Yeah.
That's not my favorite. I think my favorite is that, like, going to sleep with someone, like I love
knowing that you're going to sleep with someone every night.
Yeah, like, I love even if we don't, like, today we haven't really seen each other, but I'm like, okay, no, I'm going to get home and, like, he's going to be in bed with me. Like, I like having someone, like, the company of him there. Yeah. My least favorite thing, honestly, is probably that. I hate being a fucking housewife because I'm a housewife right now. I hate that. I despise it. I don't mind cooking. I just don't like that. When I mention I'm cooking, people just always correlate it with me being married. As if I didn't cook before. You don't like the
expectation of like having.
I don't like the societal pressure
implications.
of being married because I feel like whenever, even when like we're having problems, even if I tell my mom, like my mom will tell me like, well, that's the life of the wife. Like you just have to settle for like this and that. And she gets upset because I'm like, I'm not gonna settle for that. Like he needs to be better because I feel like being married, I changed more a little bit because I was very messy and like kind of just carefree and whatever. So I feel like I changed a little bit more in that sense where I'm like, now I keep everything tidy and I try to like, keep all his stuff in order. I do all his like same, like I do all the housewife shit. I just don't enjoy it because I feel like I'm doing it because everybody else is expecting it. Yeah. Like when I go to his mom's house and he's like, oh, no llevas lonche. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Like, no, you know what I
Is
mean?
his mom like, is your husband Mexican?
Yeah.
So is he very like those typical like Mexican mom kind of
Not really. She's honestly the best. But that's just kind of always how she's been. She's always like, she would wake up at like 4 a.m. to, give my suegro lunch and everything. And I tell Alex, I'm like, I'm not your fucking mom, dude. Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not here to treat you like your mom. Like, I'm going to do the best I can. Because sometimes I used to make him lunch and he'd leave it in the fridge and that would piss me the fuck off. Yeah. So I would just be like, I'm not going to make you lunch then.
It's
like,
you're not really you're important.
Exactly. You're a grown man. And I do tell him sometimes, I'm like, you're an adult. Like, you're a grown adult man. If I wasn't here, you would have to do this anyways. Yeah. So that I do try to keep it in mind. I also think that I'm not going to be a housewife forever. Like, I'm going to work eventually. So I hate the fact that I'm doing all the chores because he does help me though. Like, and it's just me and him and my little brother. So it's not like that difficult.
Yeah. I think my worst part is like being asked when I'm going to have kids.
Oh, I hate that.
I feel like that's my worst. I feel like, okay, like we've been together 10 years. If I want to have kids, like I think I would have had a kid already.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like that's the most annoying part because it's like first like you're in a long-term relationship and it's like when are you gonna get married?
Yeah.
Then you get married, it's like when you're gonna have kids, and it's just like I'm not ready to have kids right now.
Like, and I just so many things you could ask me why that.
Yeah. And honestly, I do 100% think it's nobody's fucking business. And I hate when they're like, oh, ya ten, like, girl, tenlos tú.
Yeah, I feel like my family, they don't really put pressure, but I feel like they do ask. Like, I feel like it's just like natural to ask. And again, my family's all women. Like Brian, it's so funny because he's just like, every year that I've been with you, there's been a baby shower. And I'm like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm like, let me think back. Camila. I'm like, Ariel, she's 9. Okay, 10 years. Okay, check. Camila. Okay, she just heard her 8th birthday. Okay, check. Like, and I'll go down the list. I'm like, yep. Then Mia. Then Milo. Then Maddie.
Damn.
I'm like, he really has been here for like all like these baby showers. Like, it's crazy. I didn't realize it.
But I think mostly with kids, the argument that I have with others that I notice, I don't know if that's just how it is, but that's how I kind of interpret it, is when you say you don't want kids, since it's just such a norm, people are like, oh, well, you're going to be unhappy. I hate that. Like, that I don't like when they tell me like, oh, no conoces el amor verdadero. And I'm like, yeah, but I also don't miss it because I don't know it. You know, like I can't really miss something that I've never had. Yeah. And I try to get them to understand that, but they always kind of, I hate that they tell me that I'm going to be unfulfilled if I don't have kids.
Do you think you don't want to have kids, or you're just like at this point? Because I feel like where I'm at right now, currently, kids, like I said, they're just not in the picture. And I used to always say, oh, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. And I just feel like for me, it's not necessarily like, for me, it's more like where I'm at in my phase of life, you know? Because I have, again, friends who are young moms. And I see that struggle. People who are married have kids. My family who are unmarried have children. Yeah. So I just feel like I'm just at a stage where I just say where I'm at right now, no. It's just, I'll have to see when I get there.
Exactly. Like I do say it, and sometimes I'm like, do I really just not want kids because of how much I've said it? That I'm like, no, I don't want kids, no, I don't want kids, or do I really not? To me, it's more of just like, I don't want to physically have kids, but I'm also not comfortable with somebody else having my kid. Like surrogacy, or like, I'm down for adoption, but I just think that I don't think I'm ever going to be selfless enough to have kids. Like, I feel like I'm always going to be a selfish person.
That's what I say. That's why I say I'm so selfish. Yeah. Right now. I feel like being a mom is the most selfless job. Like, 100%. It's so hardworking. Like, I really do commend you for being, like, a young mom, I feel like there's, like, I have friends, and I really, truly admire them, and I have my sisters who also had, like, kids early, and again, my family's all women, so I always see kids, and it's hard. It's so hard to have kids.
And not just being selfless, but I feel like one of the biggest thing that motherhood has taught me is definitely being of service to others, because I really feel like for a child, like, you have to cater to them 24/7. So like, you're always having to feed them, clothe them, bathe them, teach them how to do things. Like, it's like you're constantly in service mode. A doctor, a chef, a friend, a mom. Like, you're like you're wearing all these different hats. Like, And sometimes it's like, fuck, I don't want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, like, no, like, it's a 24/7 thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So I definitely, it's so funny because people be like, you have kids, but you're always like, fuck them kids. Like, no, because I know, especially to my young friends, I'm always like, don't do it, bitch. Don't fucking do it. Like, yes, the love that you get from a child is a beautiful thing. But is it something that I think you can't live without? No. Like, I'm always like, you can definitely live your life without having children. You can get that same love from any child around you. It doesn't have to be yours. I do believe it feels different when it's yours, but it's like practically almost the same thing, you know, especially if it's your siblings. Like you with Sophie, like I know you feel immense love for her, you know?
Yeah.
It's literally practically the same fucking thing, to be honest. Like, the only difference is they didn't fucking come out your pussy and then I'll wait 24/7.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. And honestly, like, I'm always like, dude, like, especially when you living a certain lifestyle and like you know, getting fucked up, living your best life, having fun, not being able to be spontaneous, not having to check in with no one or like babysitting or nothing. You just go live your life. You know, if you want to change jobs, move out of state, like, just do whatever the fuck you want with your life. Like, you don't have to think about another little person or anything. It's just like having this freedom. Exactly. And the moment you have a kid, it's like you're still free to do a lot, but you're no longer free in the same sense, and your lifestyle changes. And one thing I definitely think that no one talks about is there definitely is a mourning period. No matter if you wanted to be a mother, I feel like a lot of people are like, I love being a mom. Like, they just feel like they were born for that role, which I agree. You know, I know there's people out there like that. But even those women, whether they want to admit it or not, everyone goes through a mourning period of who you used to be.
Yeah.
Like, because you're never going to be that person again. You're never going to be that person who didn't have children. And it's so life-changing. And no one talks about it, but it's actually very fucking sad. For me, it did feel like a part of me died, and I thought about her so much, and especially I had like postpartum depression, anxiety, and like in those months, like I was really like, who the fuck am I? Like, it was so overwhelming, and I just feel like it's a big thing that should not be taken lightly just because society's like, fucking have kids now just because you're married. That's the next step. Like you said, it's the norm. That's not at all the kind of mentality you should go in when having kids at all. It's not, because you're going to be miserable. Trust me. If that's the mentality you have of like, oh, it's just the normal thing, it's the next step. Or if you have a kid thinking it's going to like do something for you, like, oh, like, I'm sad, I just need a kid in my life to make me happy. Or like, like, if you're doing it to feel something better because you feel like your life is lacking something, it's gonna make it worse. I promise you that.
Kids, I feel like how I've seen it, it's like kids like exacerbate all problems.
Yes.
Like, they heightened it.
Yes.
Right? It's like when you like have when you have a kid, like your partner's gonna disappoint you as a woman, you know, if you have a baby, like, because it's the woman's life changes from the moment she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
And men, maybe their life will change like after they
if they're a good
baby.
parent, their life will change.
But if they're like a negligent parent, then like.
And not just that, but kids will trigger the fuck out of you. Like today, I'm not proud to say it, but I hit my son today. And it was very painful for me because I gentle parent and I don't hit him ever. Like, I was very like physically like abused growing up a lot. And that's something that I always told myself, like, I will never hit my child. But today I was just fucking triggered. He was screaming, crying. I was already like late on time. My patience was just not there. I was having a really bad day, and today was just not my day. And today was just, he was just screaming, crying, and doing the most. And I was just like, I gave in and I hit him. And in that moment, I just felt so much rage and just so much like, I didn't fucking crazy, but I did hit him. Like, it wasn't like,
I'll put on these gloves.
Literally, like, let's go, buddies, you know, literally. And, you know, and I was telling, and my sister was there, and like, and I could tell that my sister was getting triggered too. You know, we have the same mother, and she was, by the screaming and like tantrum, even she was kind of like wanting to cover her ears, like, shut him the fuck up. You know, like that kind of energy that you might think that you're like, you know, I'm not saying that you're not good, but children will bring shit out of you that you didn't realize that was a problem for you.
You're allowed to make mistakes as a parent.
Yeah, and honestly, and I was telling Emma, I was like, I don't feel guilty for hitting him. I was like, I'm very proud because I feel like I have been so far the parent that I wanted to be, but I'm not perfect. And I don't claim to be perfect. No. And I don't claim that I'm always going to get it right, that I'm not going to get triggered. Like, I don't claim to be a perfect parent. So I had a lapse in judgment, bitch. I had no patience today. I was triggered as fuck. I was just not having it. And I gave into like my conditioning, because that's really what it was in that moment. And then it was obviously broke my heart, because he, you know, los niños no tienen un llanto, like como si lo estuvieras matando. And I was like, and I was just like literally.
It's always that slow, like
and then when they're like they can't breathe, you know, like that cry. And I was like,
and then they're trying to make it worse. You're
literally,
like, stop right now, I'll hit you again.
and then you know what's crazy, because I don't hit my son ever. Like a few times I have. My son makes it worse. He's the type of baby that in the times that I have hit him, immediately he'll be like, "Mommy, hug me." Like he immediately asks me to embrace him. So it makes me feel even shittier, because like I've seen other kids, like they run away and hide, or like say "fuck you, mom" or shit like that, and my son does not. My son is like, "Mommy, hug me, mom," or like if I like get quiet because I'm like trying to breathe and like calm down, he'll be like, "Mommy, talk to me. Mommy, talk to me." And like, it makes me feel worse instantly, because he knows I'm not that kind of parent. So when it does happen, I feel like even he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know? But I'm just like, fuck. So I was like, I apologized to him. Like as soon as it happened, like I let 10 minutes pass by, calmed down, and then started the conversation. "I'm sorry, like this and that." And then I was like, "Do you want Starbucks? Do you want a cake pop?" So I bought him a cake pop, and I was like, "Okay, like I'm trying to make amends," because one thing about my mother, she never said sorry, and I feel like more than her hitting me and like yelling at me and doing the most, I feel like I would have been better off today if she would have at least apologized. I feel like I've always yearned for apologies. Like I always wish she was the type to just walk in the room and be like act like nothing happened.
She was an avoidant.
She would just never. She would pretend like it never happened.
Sorry and anxious.
Me,
do you have anxious?
I feel like I have anxious attachment for sure. Okay. And I feel like my mom never apologized, and it would piss me the fuck off when she would like come around and like try to hug me or like kiss me or like just try to talk about like a novela or something. Like nothing, like you didn't just beat my ass 10 minutes ago. Like bitch, fuck you. I would get so mad. Dang. And I don't want him to at least feel that way towards me. I want him to be like, okay, we squashed it. She bought me McDonald's. You know, we're good.
You're like, it was worth it. You know, you're all late, but you have the McDonald's. You're like, carrying the bag. The bag's not empty, but you just like the noise.
Like a baby's around all the fries. No, so today was definitely like a hard, like, and that's one thing about, I feel like parents, they're just like, you know, they don't think you just wait.
And it's a thankless job.
It is. That's why I tell
especially
people, like,
for moms. I don't want to say like, okay, if you're a good dad, okay, you're a good dad, but like. From my experience, I could say like now growing up, I see my nieces and they have like exceptional fathers, you know, and I can say I grew up with that. Like I did have an uncle who was present, but emotionally unavailable, you know, and I feel like now I'm seeing like my nieces with like their dads, and I'm like, wow, like I love that their story is going to be different than mine. Of course. Same for me. I feel like like you said, my dad was present, but he was emotionally unavailable for sure, like your uncle. And, I think Ezra got a really good dad. Like, we're not together, but I thank the Lord that at least there's that, because literally... It's important. I feel like I hate when, like, for me, I grew up without a dad, and I hear people like, no ocupas tu papá, you know, solo ocupas con tu mamá y suficiente. But to me, it's like, I full-heartedly disagree. Like, why would God make me with X and Y chromosome, or I guess I would be an X. Yeah, it would be an XY chromosome, and where'd I get the X from? Where'd I get the Y from? Like, clearly that's a whole part of me, like genetically speaking, physically speaking. Like, if you believe in souls, like that's a soul that I'm like interconnected to, generational trauma that I'm carrying from his bloodline.
You don't even know from
that I don't even know. So it's just like, how could you say that this person that chose to make me, right? Because you came, 100% of unwanted pregnancies are made by men who ejaculated in women. So you didn't want the kid, you should have pulled out.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know when you were gonna bust, but you knew. You know, so it's
just like swimming around.
Exactly. Like I was here for a good time. You know, like, so I feel like you need like fathers. Like I hate people who try to downplay or minimize it because they want to like make it okay that that you know that parent was absent. I feel like it's just however you want to say it, because if it was a bad mom, you would say that why she's not allowed to be a bad mom. Women are not allowed to be bad moms, but dads are allowed to be bad dads, and then come back and turn around, and then they'll be angels for the very little that they offer, you know. And I feel like women are not allowed that same opportunity to be bad parents or to learn to, you know,
it's more like shunned. I feel like women that are bad moms get more like hate, because
they're like, how could you? You're not.
Like you're a
mother.
Especially even like something so simple as like, you know, how men, you know, weekly go and hang out with their boys and they get fucked up and they drink or whatever. And like when a mom does that, it's like, oh,
You're
like
a
dejaste
terrible
los niños en la
mother.
casa or something like that. And I'm like, bro, so like
They're
like
with their
one
dad.
fucking day you can't go
Oh
out.
my
Like
God.
that's crazy.
Dude, literally like this week I went to go watch John Wick, and this Saturday was my
I'm
grandma's.
dead. I want to go see that movie too.
It was so good, huh?
Yeah, I did fall asleep a little bit.
And I went to go drop off my son with my two sisters, but they were at my tia's house the day before the party. You know, all the family gets together the day before the party, and like I want to go to the movie, so my mom was like, bring the baby, like I'll watch him, you can go. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went, and I said hi to a tia that was there from Mexico, and she was like, oh, like ¿dónde vas? And I was like, oh, playing. I was like, oh, vine a dejar a la bendición, ya me voy de vaga. But you know, like me just like being funny,
Yeah.
bitch, like obviously. And she was like, pues ay no, mi hija, cuando ella me dice que le cuida a los niños para salir, yo le digo no, usted quiso tener hijos, usted cuídalo.
Oh
Like
my
she just
God.
started like lecturing me, like just kind of like that passive aggressive, just like, you know, that energy of just like, why are you going
And you're
out?
like, por eso no le pregunté
Yeah,
a su hija.
and she
Drop
was,
her off my
and she
sisters.
was like, oh, yo quisiera en mis días, you know, poder haber hecho eso, decirle a mi mamá, ten mis hijos, mamá, yo me voy a salir. You know, she was just being very condescending.
Okay, like you should have talked to
And
your mom, lady.
literally, and then my mom was standing right there, and like me and mom were like, my mom was giving me like side eye, like looking at each other, like, oh my God,
Like,
this
don't even
bitch, like
engage.
yeah. And I was like, oh, pues qué bueno, gracias a Dios que tengo una mamá que si no le molesta ayudarme, like de vez en cuando. Le dije, porque yo no uso todo el tiempo, pero like mi mamá, you know, si quiero salir, gracias a Dios mi mamá sí no le molesta like cuidar a mi bebé. And she was like, she immediately like switched up, and she was like, no, pues yo sí de vez en cuando. Like, nah, like, bitch, shut up.
All of a sudden, your daughter's a good mom, even though
And I'm like,
it's
bitch, shut
stupid.
your ass up. You know, I just have those tias that are just always like, you
Yeah.
said, you
That's
know,
what I'm
wanna
saying. Like,
find-
it's not even like you don't even have a problem with the way you're living until someone else decides to point it out and nitpick at everything. It's so annoying.
yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it also just kind of feels like projection. Like, I
It
feel like
is.
they're bitter that they were, like you said, she said she was never allowed to
100%.
go out and kind of like live her life, which at the same time makes me sad, you know, because like it's just more that conditioning, you know, we're talking about that women are just never allowed to do shit but be
Especially
a housewife.
their generation.
Yeah, just be a fucking housewife, just bear kids and just stay at home, you know. And I feel like
and to shut the fuck up.
literally, and it's like, damn.
That one. Because
I could
that was the
never.
thing that my dad and my mom have always told me. They're like, you can't talk to like people like that. And I'm like, why not? Like,
I don't
why
give a
can they
fuck.
talk to me like that? And I have to shut up and be quiet and not make anybody fucking uncomfortable. Yeah, I have to sit here and be uncomfortable. Because that happened to me one time. I was sitting with my dad, my suegro, my two like older cousins, you know, like men.
Yeah.
And I had already called Alex to come eat. And so I started eating, and he sat down fucking around, because we always fuck around like that. But obviously in a like big like group, people don't know
bunch
that.
of machistas.
Yeah, he sat down. He's like, "No me vas a servir," and I was like, "Sírvete tú." Dude, on God, everybody was like, like, what did she just say? And like everybody,
They're like, Alex, slap her.
no, dude. My dad used to tell me that he'd be like, "If I were Alex, I would have already slapped you." And I was like, well, you're not, baby girl.
crazy.
And no.
You're like,
and,
and that's why I didn't marry a man like you.
no, hell no. My dad was the best, but he was for sure like kind of sexist for a while.
I feel like there.
Yeah, it was natural,
Yeah.
and I was for sure like that person to challenge my dad in his like sexism. Like I would always be like, why? But why? Why do I have to do that? And that day when everybody left, he told me, he was like, you cannot talk to Alex like that. And I was like, what? He was like, look, he's like, you embarrassed him in front of everybody. And I was like, oh, and he didn't embarrass me? I was like, so he can say something sexist to me, but when I say, like, when I defend myself back, like, I have to wait until we're in the room alone to defend myself. Like, no, like, why'd he talk to me like that? But obviously, I knew he was joking,
Yeah,
but
it
my
was a
dad,
joke, but he took it very
But they all
serious.
didn't.
My
take
dad
it
took
like
it
a
really
joke.
I was
serious.
thinking about like the perception of other men having viewed you. He
Of
wasn't
my
really thinking about.
suegro.
He wasn't thinking about exactly. He was
No.
thinking about what did the other men think about
Yes.
Alex being spoken like that by a woman, by his
Yeah.
wife. Yeah.
Exactly. And I always thought it was super wild because I would tell my dad, I'd be like, but I'm your daughter. Like, why would you want me to be submissive to someone, like, to anybody, really?
Dude, literally, like, it's so funny. When my parents were going through a divorce, my mom's explanation was always like, you know, no me saca, like, you know, very emotional things, you know, like the emotional, like, support just wasn't there, you know, all these things. And then when you'd ask my dad, like, why are you gonna divorce? He'd be like, pues no me limpia, no me cocina, no. And I'd be like, bitch, like, are you kidding me? Like, my mom for years was like the example of like the most amazing housewife, like cleaning, limpiando, always cooking, like everything was amazing all the time. barely like a few years before the divorce, she stopped giving a fuck. She was like, bro, like I'm
Yeah, she
giving
was
so
ruptured.
much,
Yeah.
and you never give me shit in return. Like I'm over it. And de ahí se agarró, like, pues no me, we're getting a divorce porque no me limpian. Bitch, what the fuck? Like you're crazy.
Honestly,
like,
I feel, and I've seen this, and I have yet to find. Yeah, I have yet to find someone who proves me otherwise, but I've seen women who give their entire 130% absolute to their partner always end up being overlooked. I've never seen a relationship where the woman gives 1,000,000% of her and the man values that 100%. I've seen it. I've seen it. They always get fucked over.
Yeah.
it's sad.
So that's why you have to be a bitch. I'm sorry. Like, when you're
Sorry
a bitch,
about
your
it.
relationship will last. Not because you're rude, not because you're mean, because I'm not a fucking mean, but I'm a bitch in the sense that, like, I'm not going to be pushed over. I'm not going to do what I want, or, like, I'm feeling not valued. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, hopefully he'll notice that I made all the dishes and I folded his boxers in the perfect little way. Absolutely not.
Hell no.
No, baby. Like, I don't say I'm in a marriage. I'm in a partnership. Like, my partner, like, I'm going to give 100. You're going to give 100. If you're going to give me 50, like, there'll be days I'll give you 75. You'll be me 50. But, like, we're a partnership. Like, your expectation, I work a full-time job. You work a full-time job. Like, there's certain things I don't mind doing, right? Like, I am picking up no fucking trash, you know? But I'll do all the cooking, you know? But he'll clean. He does laundry. There's just expectations in my relation. There's standards, not expectations. This is the standard in my relationship, that you're my partner. You know, we're both providing. This is the modern day 2-income household, and like, there's nobody that he's not more important than I, and I'm not more important than him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that part though, but you know, but I just feel like this is a strong partnership, and the only way we'll last is if we both find equal value in one another.
Yeah.
Not if I give you everything, you walk all over me, then the day tomorrow I may suck, fuck, love you entirely, and you're still gonna leave me.
Yeah.
No.
And then you always see it. I think the saddest part too is like they take the best years of like a woman's
best.
life and they like leave them when they're like 40, 50. And it makes me sad to see that. And my mom, like, she's going through a divorce and she's what, like early 40s. So it's like, bro, like, and I feel like my mom is kind of struggling with that right now too. That it's like she gave the best years of herself. And mind you, my dad's like 11 years older than her. So she was like, bro, like, I feel like she
got robbed of her youth.
She feels, and she always says it, like, you know, robbed of her youth, and she's always like, she's struggling with that a lot right now. And like hearing you say that, like, I really, like, I feel for her. I feel like you know, it's your mom at the end of the day. And you have love for them, and you wish that they had like a better like love experience, you know. And it makes me bummed out, like, to know that most women in my life have not been able to be in relationships where they know what being truly loved and valued means and is. And it's just sad because I love all the women in my life, like my grandma, my great grandma's alive, you know, and it's sad. I know all their stories, you know. I ask a lot of questions. I love knowing how they met my uncles, my grandparents, everything. And they're always assholes, dude. Like, always dicks. And it's like, bro, like, it makes me so sad that
there's never a cute love
there's
story.
never a cute one. Never.
It usually is that the woman has to be like more submissive.
Self-sacrificing.
Every time like Alex is just not pulling his weight, I always tell him, I'm like, bro, at this point, you're being my roommate and a shitty roommate.
Yeah.
Like, we're just roommates right now because you're not pulling your weight.
Yeah.
And I feel like I notice when I do it too, and I apologize, but I do notice that men have a tendency to, when they do something, they'll be like, oh, I washed the dishes. Like how you said,
They
like,
want
oh,
praise
I
for,
cut
like-
the, yeah, like, bitch, I washed the dishes
For the bare
yesterday. Did you
minimum?
fucking, did you fucking congratulate me? Did you thank me? No. So why do I have to, I'll just be like, oh, okay. Like, cool. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Go wash them again. I'm about to eat some cereal. Like,
literally, no.
it's hard. It is hard. I think that's one of the most difficult things about being married is kind of finding that like medium of like, okay, you're going to do this and I'm going to do this. And neither, like you said, like neither of us is like more or less, but there are responsibilities that I think people overlook before they get married that I didn't even think of, and I know Alex didn't think of, and
Dude,
now
it's
we're
the
like,
same. I feel like it's one of those marriage and children. It's like one of those things that you don't know until
People
you're
don't
in
talk
it.
about it. They don't,
Or they
fully
don't talk about
the
it, or it's
extent.
like you have to experience it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I feel like that's why I've never been married. So, but I feel like I'm a mother, and I feel like most people when they hear me talk about motherhood, they feel like they think that I have a negative outlook of it, but it's not that. I just really want people to be well informed because I feel like the happiness and rainbows is already out there and it's been like conditioned.
People are misinformed.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, like I feel like for the majority of the time it's worse than it is good.
Yeah.
But the good moments are really good.
Are
That
worth
they
it.
make
Are
they
worth
make the bad
everything.
worth it. That's what it is, you know, because bitch, like it's a lot.
I think too, it's the fact that you know how people are like, oh, I feel like right now the notion of like, oh, if you're not in love with your partner forever, it's not real. Like I want to be in love always, and I'm like, dude, that's just
That's
not
not it.
realistic.
It's not.
It's never gonna be that way. You know, life is gonna throw shit at you when you least expect it, and it's gonna completely change you, your partner, your relationship, everything. So it really does. It when people are like, oh, love is a choice. I 100% believe that because you have to choose every day, because every day there's gonna be little nicks and knacks that you're like, oh my god, I really gotta do this, or I really gotta deal with this, and you have to actively choose and be like, okay, you know what, like I chose. Nobody forced me. Nobody put a gun to my fucking head right now, like to get married. I have to pull through, and I'm choosing to work on this relationship and work on everything because it's never ever gonna be like just in a honeymoon phase all the time. You can love each other and you can be best friends 100%. I think me and Alex are the best of friends. But I do think there's moments where I'm like, dude, like I cannot do this or he cannot do this, you know, like it's hard.
It really is hard. I feel like I don't know, did you feel like a shift in your relationship? I feel like I didn't feel a shift to being married probably until like year 2.
I've heard that there's like a 3-year bump. Like once you hit like 3 years, like something like that. There's like a shift that happens.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know.
My
I don't know
first
why,
2
but-
years that may have it's probably
That's yours? Okay.
Yeah. My sister's one of 30 million group chats that we have. But yeah, I feel like there's a shift. I don't know. I feel like I felt like a girlfriend for a long time until like one day I did feel like a wife, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm really married.
I think that there's a lot that's been going on in my life that I feel like I've been kind of spiraling, that I really haven't settled into kind of the, like, I know I'm married, obviously, and we do like married couple stuff and everything, but I think I've just been so distracted with all the other stuff going on in my life that I really haven't focused that much on it, which is kind of fucked and sad, but I'm really thankful that Alex has been like really patient with it, because I feel like it's been really, 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 really difficult for me to kind of go through that transition. But I also think it was because I didn't know I was getting engaged the time that I was getting engaged. So when I did, it was like I feel like right when I got engaged, every single thing in my life changed. And it was really, really hard for me to kind of adapt to it. So I feel like now I'm starting to settle in. Like even our room, like we finally painted it. We got new furniture. Like now I'm starting to kind of assimilate like, okay, like this person lives with me. Yeah, like because sometimes I'll even like go to the living room. I'm like, I don't want to like no, I'm not like I'm just sleeping on my couch. There's nobody in my room, you know, like I do kind of get those moments of like, oh fuck, I'm married. But not because I don't want to be with him. It's just a humongous change. Like huge. I didn't even
live on your own.
No, we don't, but we live in my parents' house, but everybody moved out.
Yeah.
So it's just us and my little brother. Yeah. I mean, it's us and army and the robots and lasers. And it's very secure.
And I mean, your marriage is still pretty fresh too.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I haven't even been married for a year. And I do believe that, like, first year is the hardest year of marriage. Maybe it's just been for me, but it's been really, really difficult. And I know it's me, but
you've gone through a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone through a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, like the fact that I'm still even fucking here and that he's even still here is like,
yeah, you've definitely haven't had a normal like first year of marriage where just like, you know, where that's been the only major thing happening.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been like the totality of a relationship?
Total like 8 years.
Okay, so you guys been together a minute.
Yeah, but my parents were really strict until I was like fucking 24.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was not like I was never allowed to like spend the night. Like one time when I would spend the night at his house, my mom would like get up at like 6 a.m. and be like, you better fucking come home or I'm gonna go get you. I'm gonna go bang on it at their door.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like, you know what's so crazy? My mom was so like strict with me, like super strict. Again, I like only have sisters. I was a single mom. Well, my mom was a single mom. Yeah, and she was super strict with me. And then I got with Brian. Or Rex, whatever, and then he like his family's from Honduras. My mom talked to his family.
Oh yeah.
And then I remember the first year we were together, his dad got like an RV and was gonna take like on a road trip from like California all the way to Disney World. And like our first year together, and like I remember they went to go ask like my mom for permission, and I remember I told my homegirl Chantel, who's on the podcast with me, I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna go on a road trip with like Brian and his family. She's like, your mom has never let you sleep over all these years you've known me, like all these years, and she's gonna let you go on a road trip with your boyfriend who you haven't even been with for a year. And I was like, yeah, bitch, like that's me.
That's crazy.
And after that, like she stopped being like strict, which is crazy because you would think she would be scared like
pregnant
that
or
I
something.
would be pregnant or something. But
yeah, no. My mom found out we were having sex and she told me I was a fucking prostitute.
Really?
I was gonna go fuck every guy I saw. She was crazy.
Really? My mom didn't even ask me about my virginity till like probably like 2 years later.
No, yeah. Even like after we got engaged, like he moved in immediately, and my parents were like, he's moving into the house. Like, why? Like, you guys are gonna sleep together now? And I'm like, bro, we're engaged. Like, what are you talking about?
You're like, what does this mean?
2 abortions in.
Like,
We're tied down.
I'm my third right now.
About to pop my cherry.
Literally.
Yeah, they were pretty like crazy. But I mean, you don't know that you're like living in a situation like that until you start talking to other people and you're like, oh, you're 23 and your parents are still doing that. And I'm like, fuck, I am 23 and my mom's still acting on that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He never, but I never slept over his house either till like, I know I went on that road trip, but I never slept over his house probably till I was like in like 20 something. And I had been with him since I was like, 16? So like probably like at 4 years or later, like I think the first time I probably ever slept over. And like, probably it was like later. I'm telling you, it was like later, probably like the year that we broke up. Or
I honestly had no interest in spending the night. Like, I would have enough minded if he came over, but every time I was at his house, I'd be like, okay, take me home now. Like, I don't really want to spend the night here, girl. I gotta brush my teeth. I don't have a toothbrush here.
No, I for sure would want to spend, like, I live with hella people. Like, I'm telling you, I have a lot of family. But yeah, I mean, it was weird. I think it was weird for sure, like to get that liberty from like my mom, and I'm like, you're so fucking strict. Like I couldn't believe it, you know. But and my sisters were hating on me. They were so upset. Like you have sisters. You say you're your only child, right?
Well, I have 2 brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have any sisters. Yeah, no, they were hate. Like, I feel like a guy experience is totally different than a
girl
girl experience,
for sure.
You know? So I feel like that's not even like comparable.
Yeah, like my little brother's girlfriend, her parents are pretty strict too, and my mom is always like, ay, pobrecito, no quieren a mi niño. And I'm like, girl, Alex is like the biggest, like nicest dweeb ever, and you still were like, get away from my daughter. Yeah.
She's all trying to get the exorcismo and
exactly. I'm like, girl, calm down.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
Yeah. For sure, I think living a guy life is way different.
I know, I'm jealous.
Did your in-laws, like the people you guys dated, like did they like you guys immediately, or have you ever had like horrible, like scary in-law
I've
stories?
never, thank God.
I've had one, but I think they were racist.
Yeah, they're white. Huh?
So they were white.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like 99% sure they were racist.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Me and my suegros, honestly, like from the beginning, we just super hit it off and we like love each other.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't think I would have ever dated anyone if their family didn't like me. Like I know they say like, oh, you don't date their family, you date your partner. But I'm just really big on family. Then I'm like, bro, no. Like if you don't have those values and your families don't have those values, then you're just not for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like you do date my family. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah,
my
bitch.
family's so big.
My mom is so nosy, girl. Like I'm sorry,
like,
but
when you met Rex, is that one of the things that contributed to you being like, okay, I want to be with him because he was as well
his family, because he was. I feel like he's
you guys
not
are both
that family.
you guys are both Hondureños, right?
Yeah, we both were. I feel like it definitely did help his case that I was like Hondureña, you know, but. For me, was it that important? I mean, I never thought I would like date an Hondureño. Not because I'm against it, but I'm like, I fucking live like in the beaner.
Yeah.
Pinto beans. Not no fucking red beans. I'm a red bean, you know, like I'm just like, I'm probably gonna fucking date it. Because you date, it's like due to your proximity, you know? So I'm like, oh great, like I'll probably be with a fucking Mexican, you know, like whatever. You know, and then I ended up meeting him, and I feel like that's why his family really loved me. Like, and it's so crazy because in Honduras, we literally live like 5 minutes away from each other. He lives like in the colonia, like his like Bendec. I'm like La Fraternidad, and we're just like, you literally take a right, you make a left, you go straight. You pass like a few blocks, and like that's his house, literally. Like, and I'm like, that's so crazy that like
that's a small world.
That's a small world that we came to meet here in Fontana. He used to live in LA. I was born in LA, then I moved to Fontana. Eventually, he moved to Fontana. His family considered going to Texas. My family considered going to Texas. Like,
just crossing paths nonstop.
I feel like I feel like it is so crazy. Like when I think about it, because I feel like it's now that I'm like with an Hondureño, I'm like, it's just so important for my culture.
Yeah,
you know, like I feel like. Here, everyone's fucking Mexican. No offense. I'm like 99.9% of my fucking friends are beaners, but everyone's fucking Mexican. Like, when they say me, are you Mexican? Do I look Mexican to you? Like, I will be offended, but I feel like for a long time, I really would have like a thorn against like Mexicans, because I just feel like it was like erasure, you know?
Because a lot of people just assume every Latino is Mexican.
Yeah.
No one. I feel like no one has that. Well,
And
even
then they'll hear me speak, and I'm like, vos pensás que me estás escuchando ahorita escribir y como que si estoy like, no, I don't sound Mexican. Like,
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I consider myself very ignorant too. Until very recently, I'm not even gonna lie.
But it's regional.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you were to live in New York, you would hear my accent and be like, where the fuck are you from?
Yeah.
You wouldn't assume Mexican.
Yeah, no, and that's a crazy thing. Like, I remember when I was like, not everybody's Mexican, not every Latino's Mexicano. Like, what the fuck?
She's like, we don't speak Mexican. I don't get it.
I was like, what? I remember one time I went home and I told my mom, I was like, why does my friend say vos? We never say vos. I was like, I want to start saying that. It sounds cool. And my mom was like, no somos salvadoreños, mija. And I was like, oh, what is that? I was like, dude, I remember I was like, so, you know, you just, like you said, it's erasure. Like, they don't educate. They don't want you to be educated.
They don't want you.
And it's just like, and I see as someone, obviously for me, it never affected me. We're Mexicanos. So to us, it's probably like, hell yeah, bitch. Everyone like thinks we're Mexicanos, you know, but I can see why if someone that's not Mexicano would be like, bro, like, get it fucking right. Not all Latinos are Mexicanos.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just really erasure. Because it's just like, I don't, like, the things I know about Mexicans, like, whatever I learned here with my friends, you know, like, I can't say, like, I know, I feel like I know a lot about Mexican culture, but Mexicans don't know anything outside of, if you live in, I feel like, the Western hemisphere, where, like, this point used to be Mexico, so I can understand why there's a lot of Mexicans, you know, but, like, geographically speaking, everyone here just thinks it's Mexico. Mexicans only know Mexicans. I can hear somebody like, oh, usted de Salvador? Usted de Nicaragüense? Usted Costa Ricense? Oh, you're Mexican, right? Like, oh, Colombia, like, I feel like I have my, like, because I'm not Mexican, I'm so familiar with different dialects that I can, like, or I'll be like, oh, he's Guatemalteco, like, he's Chapin.
You know, it's crazy that I know more non-Mexican accents than actual, like, I can't, like, people are like, oh, like, you know how this is how people from Sinaloa
like
speak, or Michoacan,
or whatever.
I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking know which is which, truthfully. But I think it's because one of my best friends is Colombian, so I was around a lot of Colombians at the for a while, that I kind of and they would always be like, uy, sí, dice mande, and I'm like, bitch, that's how I talk, but but you know what I mean. So I feel like that's why I was a little bit more attentive to accents. Plus, I always loved meeting people that were from different places than me, but like, not to be a bitch or whatever, but, you know, people from like Zacatecas, Sinaloa, like, my mom never really let me go around people like that because my family members were in the cartel at some point, so they just didn't want me around that kind of vibe, you know, very like corridos tumbados and shit like that. She never let me like go around shit like that, and so I feel like I'm very like unaware of the different accents, even just in Mexico.
Yeah, but I mean, I think like that's what. It does help. Like, you guys probably do want to date someone who's like Mexican or like in your culture.
I don't give a fuck, honestly. No. I just want to date a white person.
Just
because I've met some cool white people. You know, I'm not gonna generalize them, but I've been around enough white families to know that it's not the same vibe. I feel like with other like Latinos, you can get it on, but with white people, I just feel like it's too different. Like the way they carry themselves, the way they speak. Like the vibes, like energy is just.
It is, and they don't understand context.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to kind of get along,
to have that connection.
Yeah, and it's really tough. Like, you know, I have a cousin who married like a Salvadoreño. I have a cousin who married like a Puerto Ricana, and like the families, like they mix so well. Like when we do like family parties together. And my sister, who, well, now it's her ex, was her white husband. When we would do parties, it was always like them in the corner. They wouldn't want to get near us. It's like we had like cooties or something. And it just was always awkward. Like it just never meshed well. And that was just one instance of many that I've been around that it's just like, I just never could see myself, honestly. It would have to be really... This person would really have to be something else.
Exceptional.
Like, I wouldn't be closed off to it, but I would have to really feel like that this is preference. Yeah, it wouldn't. But I would really have to feel like this is a special person for me to be like, okay, like I'll give it a go.
Because I feel like you just miss context. Like I know in your guys' last podcast, you guys talked about like Latinidad and like what it is to like identify like as Latino, right? And I feel like, okay, I'm sorry, but if you don't speak Spanish, there's context you're just missing. You know, like it doesn't remove that you're Latino, right? To be Latino, just it's like based on a geopolitical like region, right? Like it's based on just geography, but it's like you miss context. There's just that doesn't make you less Latino, but you just miss context. Like, there's dichos like in español where like, no sé, like, you know, they'd be like, nunca se sabe, dijo chelato. You know, it's like, well, you wouldn't know that like chelato was the coach from Honduras who said like, nunca se sabe if they were going to win the game. And like, that's the dicho. It's like, you're just saying, you never know chelato. Like, no, like you have to know context.
Yeah. Or even just like just common slang. Like, I'm always like, ay, me está cagando el palo.
Exactly.
Like, imagine I said that, oh, he was just shitting on my stick. Like,
exactly. Like, you know, they're like, qué pedo, loco. They're like, what fart? Crazy? You know, like, it's just
sana
context.
colita de rana.
Exactly. It's just context. I feel like
heel frog butt.
Yeah. literally.
Ass.
Like, I just feel like context matters. And I think to me, like, speaking Spanish is something that I hope, and I know you guys touched on the last podcast, like, after second generation, like, you have to actually be taught Spanish in order for that to be a language. But I don't know. I just feel like I would like to stay in my culture.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily say like, oh, I'm going to stick to a Hispanic man, but I was always just attracted to
Latinos.
brown, tall, skinny Mexican dudes. Just coincidentally. It wasn't like I was like, oh, this is my only type, but I just always kind of gravitated to like los morenitos.
Low-key same.
Yeah. But shout out to my man. If he ever watches this, he's not gonna. But
Shout out to my future potential man. And now, before we leave, we are going to shout out our
Patreon babies. Oh my God.
I think that's some crazy ass names.
That just...
What?
Okay, I'll tell you guys after.
Okay.
It's like a dickmatized.
No, worse, but...
Oh, it's the dick pic that Vanessa was waiting on.
This is a dick pic that Saul has as a screensaver. I'm just kidding.
Hey, when he comes back, it's all the angles that I was talking about.
We already got it done.
But we're going to take a quick break to shout out our awesome fucking sponsors. Well, not sponsors. Our homies, our besties, our fucking ride or dies on Patreon. So we're going to start off with Victoria Garcia. Shout out to Victoria. CS Solares. What's your name? Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Are you a boy or a girl?
Lucero Chavez, Laura Peña, Tatiana Michelle Long, Samantha Montelongo. Interesting.
Down the full government.
I know. Naomi Maldonado Cuevas. Andrea Fernandez.
I could guess these are like all Mexican, huh?
Yeah. Y'all got an hacienda? Cause Maria Felipe, Lorenzo Ortiz, Sandra Gonzalez, and Karen Cespedas. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting. And if you guys want to check out our Patreon, here's a little clip of what you can see. And honestly, I'm very much the kind of person where it's like, okay, like, I'll be your friend, but until you cross that line with me, because now you're crossing, you're making me uncomfortable, and I don't want to be like that with you. So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And also, too, I feel like men can't do that low key just because
or they're open to.
They always leave that door open for you.
Yeah, and I also feel like I saw this like study, like I heard about it on TikTok, but it was a girl saying how they actually studied like the male brain and woman brain when it came to like they were in relation, like a man and a girl that were in a relationship, and how they like women can talk to men, like attractive men, and it does not change how they feel about their partner. Like they're fine, like it doesn't make them want to break up with their partner or want better or anything like that. Men can't do that. Like they actually were able to like see that if a man talks to like someone they deem better than their partner, it will change the way that they feel about their partner. Like it will make them it will make them want to like break up with their partner, find better, feel like they could do better, and like it'll make them distant themselves.
It'll make them like think less of their partner.
Yes,
right?
and a woman that doesn't happen to them, and it's like damn, like that's fucked up, you know. So it's like they shouldn't be allowed to talk to nobody.
Just
so basically, it's only like you're mute. Forward.
Basically, lock your man in the basement. Don't let him out.
Throw away the motherfucking key.
Literally.
Yeah, I remember Brian was playing a show in Vegas, and like that was with my family. Like my family, we all flew out to go see his show. And like we're there hanging by the bar, and then like he starts talking to some girl, like some girls like chatting with him, and they're like talking intensely, and then like my cousin's like, mira. I'm like, well, I don't know, Mexicans don't do like the lip thing, but like Honduras like, mira. And I'm like, I'm like, what? And I turn and look, and like I see he's like talking to her.
Did you guys see that? That was
Honestly,
Crazy. I'm in shock right now.
literally insane.
No words.
awesome. That was so good. Thank you, Isis, for coming on.
Thank you.
Let me
Thank
pass
you guys
this
for having
over. You want
If
to?
you're down, you should stay for our Patreon episode. It's only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say.
Well, it's
some
super long.
explicit
It's
shit.
We
3
say
hours.
out of pocket shit. I'm not gonna lie
Oh,
on there.
perfect.
Like this is uncensored because the people that we just named are the only people that are gonna watch that video.
Oh, okay.
So it's not up to the public.
Yeah,
So
we're about to drop our dirtiest, nastiest secrets.
We really do get into it. It's
Okay.
insane.
Maybe
you
I'll
want-
tell you guys about the time I almost ruptured my. Whoa! Check the
Tune in
Patreon.
to
You gotta subscribe.
Plug your shit, baby girl.
Well, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much to the Besties for having me. I love your guys' podcast.
We
I
love
fuck with
you.
it heavy. You guys can check out my podcast with my homegirls. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Chantel. It's in good company. A little brief summary of what we do. I mean, we're just like homegirls talking. I feel like we'd like to talk about like shit that's going on with the world, a little bit of politics, a little bit like history, you know, like a little bit of education, entertainment, all that type of bullshit. So if you want to learn, have fun, check us out. If you want to follow me, because he deleted my Instagram because I got motherfucking haters, you can follow me at IEasy. Why I easy? Because I easily take your man. Not anymore. I'm married though. Just kidding. But yeah, check me out, guys. Bye.
Yes, thank you, besties, so much. And drop a comment if you related with anything in this video. Let us know. Comment, like, subscribe.
Let us know if we're right about the haircuts, okay?
Yes.
We
Let
need
us
to
know what haircut you have.
And guys watching this, if you were pressed, please also comment because it's gonna help us get